Folks, every single year on May 4th, without fail, I get exactly 1 year older. And I'm gonna be honest, it's starting to tick me off a little bit. Even after doing all those anti-aging techniques I found on TikTok, I am still aging all the time. Getting older kind of feels like checking your blind spot and actually seeing a car there. Like, I know it's bound to happen, but I didn't think it would actually happen, you know? I think everybody has their own weird relationship with aging, but I think most adults have that exact moment where they realize that they are, for the lack of a better word, chopped and also unk. For me, it was right now when I said chopped and also unk. No, I'm just kidding. I think it was actually a few years ago where I genuinely thought to myself, maybe I should run a marathon. Knowing full well I have no interest or experience with running long distances. Dude, that was the exact moment that I knew that I was no longer a young man. Dude, I'm in bed by 9 p.m. I golf several times a week. I get back pain. I am an old man. And to be honest, it fucking rocks, dude. I love it. Getting older fucking rips, dude. 17 again? That's a horror movie. Being a teenager fucking sucks, and I'm super happy that I never have to experience that ever again. Which brings us to the topic of today's video. There is a man on TikTok who I've seen for about a year now, and I've been truly fascinated by him and his content, and I've thought about making a video about him for a while, but he's been going especially viral these past few months, so I figured that was a sign for me to finally make this video. And also, it's been a while since I made a silly little video about a silly little guy on TikTok. So the guy we're gonna be looking at today, his name on TikTok is Luan Oli. He has 129,000 followers on TikTok, and his bio is "I'm always talking here," which is arguably the best TikTok bio I've ever seen in my life. Dude, I need to fucking steal that immediately. That's so accurate, dude. I'm always talking here. Well, let's take a look at one of his recent TikToks with over 10 million views. I mean, just an incredible piece of content. The pretend conversation followed by the smolder to the camera, the awkward peace sign, the caption making it seem like it was not him who posted this video himself. It's literally a perfect TikTok. My favorite part is him giving the really cool double peace sign and then immediately skipping away. Just immediately killed any amount of swagger he did have in that moment.
What do you mean I'm the coolest guy in the world? You're Timothée Chalamet. Oh man, I love you so much. Man.
Curtis,
dude,
what's up, man?
I'm sorry, buddy. I'll talk. No, I'll see you there. Yeah, I got you. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Dude, it's been forever.
Yeah.
We grew up together. Do you remember me?
Yeah. You're Dial.
Yeah, Danny. So you were talking to Timothée Chalamet on the phone?
You heard all that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so embarrassing.
How was that embarrassing?
It's just I try to be low key.
All right, well we should do something sometime. We should catch up.
I'd love to, man. I can't right now. I'm booked busy, man. I'm still booked, dude. I got A$AP Rocky's birthday bash, baby shower later. I'm his best man, so I gotta go.
That's so cool, man. Yeah. All right, well, you know what? Get out of here. Go have fun, man.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, see you.
God, he's so cool and so young. It's a shame what's gonna happen to him. It's a shame A$AP Rocky's gonna kill him when he gets there.
What? So this Luan guy, he makes a lot of videos exactly like the one that we just watched, where the caption will be 36-year-old man who looks 17. And the videos will feature him skipping and jumping around his neighborhood. And I think his videos get so many views because we're all thinking it. This 36-year-old man does not look 17. He looks great, don't get me wrong. You know, he looks good for his age. He doesn't look a day over 35. But claiming to look 17 is it's fucking nuts, bro. Him skipping around too, that's exactly what an old guy thinks a young person would do. He is the personification of the, how do you do, fellow kids? And we'll get into the details of these videos, but like I said, I've been I don't want to say fan. I've been an observer of Luan for the better part of a year now, and he didn't always make this type of video, but his content has always been very unique. So in this video, I like to do a little case study and showcase a real timeline of Luan's content and how it's evolved over the years, because I truly think this man is one of the most fascinating guys on TikTok right now. So Luan posted his very first TikTok on March 31st, 2023. It was a video about him only having 2 followers, but still viewing those 2 followers as like his really close friends. For the first arc of his TikTok career, Luan would post little comedy sketches and stuff, and then a short time later, he would adopt his first catchphrase. Well, I guess it wasn't really a phrase, it was kind of just like a noise. So like his catch noise, catch sound.
Hey guys, a girl walk passes me, it's why alone? I told you that I don't need any problem in my life right now.
Yeah, for some reason he started doing a little at the end of his videos. It's fucking genius. I do love that. It's really smart, you know, a little sound, you know, a little lets the viewer know that video's not, it's just a joke, you know, you're not supposed to be taken too seriously. And that's a good way to get that message across. It spans across all languages, you know? I honestly wish we'd all incorporate that into our everyday lives. Okay, sir, are you ready for your tongue removal surgery? Yeah, I'm ready. I just feel bad for my wife. Got it! What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? See what I mean? That'd be pretty cool. This era of Luan's content was so interesting because I guess he realized that making little weird noises at the end of his videos was getting him more views. So he continued to make weird noises at the end of his videos, but things quickly got a little out of hand.
I really don't waste my time to try explain how smart you are.
I'll have what he's having. Full on moaning, dude. What the fuck? He sounds like the fucking weasel from the Barbie movies, dude. That is some big brain shit, dude. That's how you respond to the haters, man. They hate while you ejaculate. Dude, get cummed on, man. But then Luan entered his next era of content in December 2023. And this is when I started getting his videos on my For You page. So personally, these are my favorite videos of his. We'll describe this era as the lion era because instead of doing a fart sound at the end of his videos, he started ending his videos in the coolest way imaginable.
People always compliment me, but not a single woman wants me.
Yeah, man, I wonder why, dude. They're probably fucking terrified of you, buddy. You're shaking a tree around and screaming like a lion, dude. I don't know if that screams, I'm a good guy. I think that just screams. Fuck, man, his videos, his videos are nuts, man. I'd love to think that this video was unedited, too. Like, this is just a sound he could make. That'd be so sick, dude. If he could actually do that, he has a bright future as the new MGM mascot. And I love this era of his videos, man, because they're just so unique, man. No one's doing this. And this was before he spammed the 36-year-old man who looks 17 style of content. So at this time, man, you never knew what you were gonna get when he popped up on your For You page. Here's another one from early 2024.
Get out of here! Nobody likes you.
That's so funny, right? The next time...
What was that sound? Was that supposed to be a gunshot, dude? I'm guessing it was. It says it's an American school, so...
If you guys mess up with me again, I'm going to rip your ball out of you.
Okay, I assume he's like teaching at the school in this scenario because he's a 36-year-old man. So if this is his first day teaching at an American school, I think it's also going to be his last day teaching at this American school, dude. Because threatening to rip your students' balls out of them?
Rip your ball out of you. Remember that.
The class cheering for him too, dude. Wow. He had the balls to stand up to us. I wish I had the balls to do something like that. But he ripped mine out of me. Okay, now I want to show you guys the very first TikTok that I saw from Luan. Because this is a pivotal TikTok in the timeline.
Hey, what's up?
I want to tell you that I call you off your dating.
If you invited me for a date, why do you call off now?
So sorry.
Fuck, man, I love this shit so much. That roar, dude. If you cancel on a date with someone, they mock you and then roar like a lion, you dodged a fucking bullet, dude. That is insane. Also, guys, I just found this out while I was scripting, but this TikTok was actually posted on my birthday last year. And this is a selfie I took right after I found that out. It's a big deal. This video got 70,000 likes, and for some reason, Luan really liked this one. So for the next little bit, every few days, he lip-synced to his own sound and posted essentially the exact same video 14 times.
Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up?
If If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I gotta respect the hustle, dude. I'm also really jealous, dude. I wish I could do that on YouTube. That would that would make my job so much easier. I could just lip sync to my like hour-long videos that I already made. Dude. Speaking of videos I've made before, this year I've had to do a lot of editing on the road, which unfortunately means connecting to public, unencrypted Wi-Fi networks at hotels and airports. Usually that would be a huge security issue, but no matter what Wi-Fi network I connect to, I know I'm protected because I use ExpressVPN. That's right, folks. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Guys, I've been using ExpressVPN for years now, and let me tell you why. Like I just mentioned, if you're connected to an unencrypted Wi-Fi network, you're basically a sitting duck for hackers, as they can easily steal your personal information if they're connected to the same unencrypted network. But ExpressVPN wraps your traffic in an encrypted tunnel, making you a hacker's worst nightmare. ExpressVPN also shields your online activity from your internet service provider and other parties who are trying to spy on you. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know, your internet service provider can legally sell your browsing history to ad companies. Call me crazy. I think that's weird. That's creepy, okay? But thankfully, ExpressVPN encrypts and reroutes 100% of your network traffic through secure servers while also masking your IP address. So those pesky ISPs don't know nothing about what you're doing, and I think that's pretty cool. Another amazing thing about ExpressVPN is it allows you to easily unblock content that is blocked in your location. For example, I am in Canada, and Canadian Netflix doesn't have the show Lost, but the US Netflix does. So if I want to watch Lost, all I have to do is just switch to an American server. Bada bing, bada boom, couple clicks, I'm watching Lost. It's that easy. Another example, dude, a few weeks ago, I was on tour in Philadelphia, and after the show, I wanted to watch the new episode of The Chair Company, but I watched that on Crave in Canada. So when I was in Philadelphia, I just connected to a Canadian server, and there I was. I was watching TV just like I do at home. Folks, ExpressVPN is the world's best VPN. Simple as that. They have the fastest speeds, they have 24/7 customer support, and they've been rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, PC World, and many more. And folks, now is the best time to start using ExpressVPN because I've got an incredible deal for you guys. Find out how you can get up to 4 extra months by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description below, or by going to expressvpn.com/CurtisTown. Thank you so much to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video and many others in the past. Hope you guys check them out. Back to the video. Around this time, Luan occasionally made videos about how young he looks, but he was a little more modest back in 2024. He wouldn't go as far as to say he looked 17. He used to say something a little more believable. You know, he would say that he looked 18. I can believe that. I can believe 18 all day, dude. 17 is fucked. 17 is ludicrous. But this is where things really started to ramp up for our guy Luan. His roaring videos starting to pop off. He was getting some traction. So now was the time for him to showcase what he was actually passionate about, which is, of course, his self-described youthful appearance. Halfway through 2024, the frequency of him posting the 36-year-old man who looks 17 videos increased tenfold, and it just gradually multiplied the past few years where they're pretty much like the only videos he posts on his TikTok now. Like, no joke, every single video he posts on his page relates to him looking like a 17-year-old boy. And I don't know if this is all an elaborate, like, rage bait technique just to get engagement from people, and if it is, this man is a fucking genius because people get so angry in his comment section.
That's not true. People don't like it because they're jealous.
The people in his comment section are more angry than Luan when someone cancels a date with him. But Luan feeds into this negative feedback, and he often responds to the comments, which is pretty badass. Someone commented on one of his I look 17 years old videos, and they said, "Who told you that?" And this was his response.
One time, I went to the party. Only teenager could be stay there. They let me in because they thought I was teenager.
I don't know if that's the clapback you thought it was, man. I don't know why you're hating from outside of the party for teenagers. You can't even get in. Guys, could you imagine being a parent and supervising your teenager's party? And then this dude is there? You'd be like, hold on, who the fuck is this guy? Get out of here. Scram! Smacking him with a broom on the way out. Get out of here, 36-year-old. For real though, this guy, sure, he looks young, I guess, but if you put him beside an actual teenager, he does not look like 17, dude. If I was in like 11th or 12th grade math class or something and I looked to my left and fucking Luan was there, I'd have to tell the teacher, I'm sorry, I got a tattle on him, man. That's tattle word. You gotta go home, man. You can't be there. Let's watch another TikTok of his.
Yo, let's go, bro. Yeah, I only dated girls over 18. Looking at me, I'm looking like 18. People has a jealous about me because I'm looking like 18.
Next time I'm in an Uber, dude, I am throwing that on the aux. Sorry.
I only dated girls over 18. Looking at me, I'm looking like 18.
Also, dude, if someone asks you if you're into young girls and you start freestyling, that's crazy. Maybe just say no. You know, I don't think it's a good time to break into song. Hey man, you're not into young girls, are you? Speaking of Luan and young girls, this person on TikTok who I guess is like a Luan hater, they posted a voice message that Luan sent them on TikTok, and it's pretty wild.
By the way, if you were 18, I could date you.
Fucking fart still. And yeah, people in the comment section are rightfully pretty shocked by that. And you know, one could argue that this is an insane thing to say to a minor. But you gotta remember, this guy's only 17. No, all jokes aside, that's a crazy fucking thing to say to a child, dude. Now I don't feel bad about making fun of this guy's videos anymore, okay? I don't feel bad at all. Because that's insane, dude. I don't care what the fucking law says. If you're a 36-year-old and you want to date an 18-year-old, call me crazy? I think that's fucking weird. Like, bro, that's literally half your age. Who do you think you are, Leonardo DiCaprio?
Thought this was Leonardo for a second.
Oh no! But apparently everyone who comes across Luan, they also tell him that he looks like a teenager. Like, this is not just him saying this, apparently. He made videos claiming that teachers were yelling at him to go back to school.
I walked past the school and someone came up to me and said, why I was at school?
Someone refusing to sell him stuff because he's a teenager.
I went to buy something for my uncle at the bar and they want to say, sorry, you underage.
This one in particular is my favorite.
You won't believe this. A group of teenagers were asking me to play basketball with them. I said, yes! One of them said, you're 19.
Yeah, man, I'm sure that happened. That is a very normal human thing to say to someone. Hey bro, pass the ball. Great shot! You are 19. Yes. Okay, well, I guess he started the video by saying, you won't believe this.
You won't believe this.
And I don't, so he's right. I also wonder, like, how long he's gonna keep this up, you know? Because when he started making these videos, he was 35. And at that point, he said he looked 17. But now, he's 36, and he's still saying he looks 17. So it's not like the age he looks is increasing with each passing year as well. I think it'd be much better if he just maintained that 19-year age gap for, like, the rest of his life. That's genuinely a really funny bit. Like, I'm picturing him keeping that up well into his old age, and he's making TikToks like... To be honest though, getting older can be a scary thing to confront, especially publicly on social media. But here's the thing, nobody is forcing you to make videos on social media. So if you're like insecure and for some reason concerned about strangers on the internet thinking you don't look 17, then just stop making videos, man. Like, you don't have to. Dude, like, it's so much cooler to just accept the aging process than to like fight tooth and nail with people on the internet trying to convince them as well that you do look 17 years old. He is so defensive in his comment section if anybody disagrees with him whatsoever, and I genuinely think it's like super funny. I almost kind of admire him for it. So I want to show you some of the responses that I've seen. This person says, you don't even look 36. Jealous is everything you have. If he is a model, then I am the Queen of Denmark. You're so jealous. I don't know if you guys are doing this as well, but I'm picturing him skipping away after saying all of these. I'm 41 and you look older than me, lol. In your dreams, maybe. Fuck, man. People don't say in your dreams anymore. We gotta bring that shit back, dude. That is so good. You can say that to anything and it's automatically hilarious. One large coffee, that'll be $3. In your dreams. Hey, I really like your hat. In your dreams. I had a dream about you. In your dreams. I hooked up with a Minecraft YouTuber. You're in dreams. Let's get back to the comments. Midlife crisis is hitting you hard, man. You'll get over it one day. I am younger than you. Okay, yeah, in the comments I will say he's a little more bold down there. Like, he doesn't just say, I look younger than you. He just factually claims that he is younger than everyone. Someone commented 40. Hold up, dude, the number 27 commented this shit. Huh? This comment looks like fucking long division, man. What the hell? But in response to 27's comment 40, Luan commented 16. 16? What? I thought it was 17, man. Now he's getting younger, what the fuck? I'm gonna check in on his TikTok page in a few months and it's gonna be like 36-year-old model who looks 3 minutes old. This shit is messed up, man. Back in my day, people lied about their age on the internet to seem older. This guy's got it backwards, man. He's the type of guy to buy a fake ID so he can't get into bars. Oh yeah, I should bring this up too. There's like a small community of people on TikTok who are kind of just like devoted Luan haters. And pretty frequently they'll post this specific screenshot from one of his videos in his comment section, along with the comment, life is not a struggle. strawberry. It's a great picture, man. There he is. There's our little 17-year-old boy. Man, they grow up so slow. And they comment life is not a strawberry because that was one of his catchphrases.
Actually, you're just jealous because I'm younger than you. Life is not a strawberry. By the way, life is not a strawberry.
And I looked up what that phrase means, and it's basically like, life, it ain't all peaches and cream. Yeah, man, the introduction of being able to comment photos on TikTok, we shouldn't have done that. That's so bad. But let's look at some more of Luan's troubling responses. You legit have gray hair. You ain't a teenager. Yes, I am. Why does he want to identify with a minor so much? Because I'm 17. All right. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna hope these are both typos, because I don't know if it's a good thing that he is actually claiming that he is a teenager. I mean, I don't know. At least he's not hanging out with teenagers, right? And oh man, never mind. I guess he has an 18-year-old friend, so that's good and normal. I mean, I highly doubt this guy is actually his friend. He does not look like he wants to be there whatsoever. Call me crazy. 36-year-old man should not have an 18-year-old friend. That's fucked. What are you guys gonna talk about? Wait, if you're 36, you can buy us alcohol. Dude, let's get pizza and beers. Pizza and beer? Okay, let me ask my aunt first. Your aunt? Yeah, my Aunt Acid. Cause that'll give me heartburn. The fuck is heartburn? Sorry, I want to show you guys one more comment because it made me laugh really hard. This person commented, "How long have you been 17?" And to that, Luan responded, "I could be your son. Orphans be like." That's actually how I'm gonna interpret this comment. This was a genuine cry for help from Luan. And how long have you been 17? I could be your son. What? Please, let me be your little boy. The fuck? Get away from me. How could you say that to me? I'm your son. Oh, honey, is this guy bothering you? Yes. You must be my father. Though my ex did have the baby. Oh my god. Honey, no. This is clearly a 36-year-old man. What are you talking about? Well, yeah, he looks 36 because of all the stress of not having a dad. You don't have to worry about that anymore, son. Let's go play catch. I guess life is a strawberry. I don't want this video to seem like I'm just bullying a random guy on TikTok. I just think his videos are very funny, and I also think his TikTok page is truly a great place to learn how to age gracefully. You just have to do the exact opposite of whatever this is. Like, there's nothing worse than an old person acting like they're still young and hip, you know, like it just never works. Luan's TikToks remind me of this video I saw of that Mike Majlak guy.
Imagine in some alternate universe, Jimmy had joined Clout Gang and he was Clout. No, it wouldn't. He was Clout Beast and he started dating Tessa Brooks.
He's 40, dude. Researching for this video, I've watched pretty much every TikTok Luan has ever posted, and he claims that his secret to looking young is minding his own business and not gossiping.
Oh my god, how do you manage it to be so young?
I mind my own business and don't go around gossiping.
But like when he's not making videos about how young he thinks he looks, he is publicly arguing and insulting people who don't also think he looks 17. So he's not minding his own business, dude. He's doing the opposite. And I want to criticize him for like responding to all the hate comments in such a childish way, but like he's only 17. He's just a little boy. I keep forgetting that, man. I keep forgetting he is the youngest person ever.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
You are the youngest person ever.
The thing that makes me sad about these videos is like, I feel like aging on the internet used to be like a kind of like a taboo thing. Like it was viewed as like a bad thing, you know? Like people used to like make fun of old people for still posting videos on the internet. I really don't think it's like that anymore. The internet has been around for fucking decades now, and it's a huge part of all of our lives. So it's like, it's totally normal for people to still like actively make videos on the internet into their like elderly years. There's no shame in aging. Like you don't have to go online and be like, no guys, I'm 17. Trust me, I'm a little young boy. I'm a child. Or, you know, maybe this is all rage bait and I fell for it. Either way, these videos make me sad. I also think it'd be way less weird if he made videos like 36-year-old man who looks 26, you know? Like I don't see an issue with that, right? Like there's just something so inherently like creepy, you know? About a man in his 30s pretending to be a teenager. Like that's so strange, dude. I'm mostly sad for Luan because he has made several videos claiming that time does not exist for him. Those are the exact words he used, okay? And if that's the case, then all of his videos become truly terrifying. That completely recontextualizes everything. Because people have pointed out in his comment section that whenever he films videos outside in his town, There's nobody else on the streets. All the voices in his videos are just edited versions of his own voice.
I want to tell you that I call you off your dating.
So maybe time doesn't actually exist for this guy. Maybe Luan really is this lonely, ageless being whose soul has been bound to this town by some evil warlock. And he's watched all of his loved ones die because he's been forced to live alone as a 17-year-old half man, half lion for the rest of time. So guys, before you make fun of people online and post an unflattering picture of them with the caption, "Life is not a strawberry," just remember, that person might be in the throes of an unfathomably torturous curse. I think this video can be a good lesson for the young people out there. Aging is good, okay? I think it's good and it should be not only welcomed, but celebrated. Oh, you got smile lines right here? Oh no, you lived a life of joy and whimsy and laughter. Oh, you lived to be 80? Oh no! Dude, back in the day, people died when they were like fucking 6. That was old. If you were 6 years old, dude, you were an elderly person back then. Luan, he says that life is not a strawberry.
Life is not a strawberry.
But I disagree. I think life is a strawberry. Because just like a strawberry, we start off little, and then we grow into our full size. And then if we're lucky enough to not get eaten, then after a while, we start to get wrinkly and smelly and ugly until we ultimately die and are left to decompose alone in the dirt. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the like button because believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 gray hair I will grow on my head. Also, leave a comment or I'll fucking scream. And press the subscribe button because as soon as you do, you become a valued citizen of Curtistown. If you didn't know, Curtistown is the best place to live in the world and I'm the mayor. So you have to be nice to me. It's the law. I've got shows in Canada coming up. Come see those and it's gonna be good. Alright, that's it. Thank you so much. I would stick around, but unfortunately, I have preschool. I'm a little baby. USA, I've got some shows coming up in a few weeks. Salt Lake City, Denver, Phoenix, OKC, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, and Dallas. These shows are like 2 weeks away, so if you haven't got your tickets yet, click the link in my bio and I'll see you there. Enjoy the video. Folks, emergency video alert. Over the years, I have talked about many men, pickup artists, self-help gurus, alpha males, you name it. And they've all got their fun, silly little quirks about them, but they all have one thing in common, and that is their unbridled, deep-seated, insatiable hatred for women. They just can't stand them, dude. They love manly things and being a man, but if you put a W and an O in front of that, whoa, look out. We've got breaking news about one of these dudes that I've talked about on this channel 2 times already. And that man is Russell Hartley. I really thought I was done talking about this guy, but somehow Palpatine has returned. Let's do a quick recap on the Russell Hartley saga, just to get you all up to speed. 5 years ago now, I made a video titled TikTok's Worst Dating Coach. In this video, I talked about a man named Russell Hartley, who at the time, he was making these very weird, misogynistic TikToks. The most notable being one where he compared women to horses.
A stable is a rotation of women that you have available to you that you can hit up and they can go on dates with. So what this means if you're a bachelor is that every time you have sex with a new woman, that's a new mare in your stable. But when the mayor—
He also made the claim that women live life on easy mode.
I keep seeing so much lately that women are living their life on easy mode, and I'm here to tell you that that's absolutely true.
In that video, I did a little deep dive. I guess that's an oxymoron. I did a shallow dive into his operation. At that time, he was selling a course through his business called Get Coaching, and this course was about attracting your dream partner. Just the classic pickup artist bullshit. And shortly after I uploaded that video, Russell made a reaction video to mine that I then talked about on my podcast called Very Really Good. You should go subscribe.
And that's what half-baked journalism gets you, Curtis Connors.
Just says my name wrong. And after I uploaded that podcast episode, he took down his reaction video. So caught the dub on that one, I think. And after that, there was nothing for a while. But unfortunately, at the end of 2022, I made a video about Siren Agency, a company actually co-founded by Russell Hartley.
That's when I find out Siren Agency, one of the co-owners, Russell Hartley.
And Siren Agency was a company that was managing OnlyFans creators and allegedly taking up to 50% of their earnings.
And it turns out you have to give them 50% of your earnings on your spicy site.
But since 2022, it's been all quiet on the Russell Hartley front. That is until I checked my mentions on TikTok a few weeks ago, and this is what I see.
Listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score.
Women should be gold diggers. Women should look for a provider. What's wrong with that?
If a man cares about how much money you make, he's scheming. If you don't think you should provide for your woman, you should just date a man. Okay, so he canceled the date. How do I reject him? Block him.
This caught me like way off guard. The last thing I was anticipating in 2025 was a Russell Hartley rebrand. Because on the surface, this seems like an improvement from his older content, right? Which isn't saying much. But the more I looked into Russell's rebrand, the more questions I had. So for this video, I thought we would take a deep dive. And then maybe by the end of this video, we can discern if this is genuine or not. So Russell still has me blocked on TikTok, so I had to use a burner account to see his videos. But this shift in his content actually began way back in 2023, where he was doing his usual style of content, and then he posted this video.
What's wrong with women liking successful guys? I keep seeing these hidden camera videos where the girl like hops in the guy's Lambo and he's like, oh, you're on camera because you're a gold digger.
All right, first off, I don't think I've seen a gold digger exposed video since like 2013. So Buddy's a little behind with the trends, but usually the sentiment behind those videos are like, oh, women are bad, they just want you for your money. And he doesn't blatantly say that, which is good. I will say though, I don't think being a gold digger is necessarily a good thing though, right? I think you should obviously love someone for who they are. But hey, if you're solely into someone for their money and the other person is aware of that, then screw it, you know? Do whatever you want. And honestly, he probably could have just left the video at that. But unfortunately, as always, he kept talking.
I like women who have nice taste. I want them to have expensive things, nice earrings, nice jewelry, whatever. Because when she's out in the world, that's a representation of me. And if she's not balling, then that makes me look bad as a man.
Had me in the first half there. Pretty much just said, yeah, the only reason I have a girlfriend is to make me look good. That's fucking crazy, dude. My girlfriend's gotta be dressed to the nines at all times. Yeah, I make my girlfriend sleep in a Gucci dress, red bottom Louboutins, and she's gotta be in full glam, just in case we get robbed in the middle of the night. I would hate for those robbers to think I don't have a bunch of money and nice things in the house they're currently robbing. And as you can see on his old TikTok videos, a lot of them weren't really cracking 100,000 views until he posted the one that I just showed you, which got over 600,000 views. And ever since that video, he's been posting content that's very pro-rich man and also like trad positive videos, I guess you could call them.
What do women bring to the table? If the table is the relationship, a man's responsibility is typically to put the meat on the table.
Pause, bro. It's a man's duty to flop their wiener on the table.
And the woman's responsibility is typically to set the table. And what that means is that a woman civilizes a man. They do this sort of instinctually. It's like a part of their process of selecting a mate. Like they're looking for the potential in men.
And it's like, again, I guess these videos are better than his old videos, but I don't think these are necessarily good by any means. The videos he's making now are still like a little misogynistic, but they're just like disguised a little bit, you know? Before he was just like, yo, women are literally farm animals. But now he's like put a bow tie on everything. Because in the videos, he's like kind of insinuating that women like can't achieve wealth on their own.
Whether you like it or not, women like men who can provide for them.
And he's also encouraging these traditional patriarchal gender roles where the man has to be the provider, you know, and flop his wiener on the table. And then the girl just stays home and puts pie on a windowsill to cool all day long, you know? Like, I feel like he still doesn't fully understand, like, modern relationships.
Why would a woman be with a man in the first place if he's not going to provide for them?
I don't know, man. Love? A romantic attraction, maybe? Perhaps a deep emotional connection with another human being that transcends monetary value? I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Dude, when I first met my now wife, Jenna, I had zero money. Goose egg. I wish I had a goose egg. I could sell it. But I did it. I had nothing. I didn't even have that. Dude, I was in college with student loans, so essentially I had negative money. My bank account was fucking gluten-free, dude, because I had no bread. But she didn't care about that because she liked me for me. She likes me for me. She liked me as a person, right? But hey, you know, what do I know? I'm just happily married to the love of my life, and this guy is not. So around the end of last year, Russell started doing these like TikTok live streams, and then he would like clip segments from the live stream and upload them as clips to his TikTok account. And that Russell Hartley core video that I showed you earlier, I believe like a majority of those clips are taken from his live streams. And during these streams, he'll talk to his audience about like dating in general, and mostly around dating rich men. And the first live stream clip he posted was titled "How to Be a Gold Digger." And it is way too long. I'm not going to play the whole thing thing. But it essentially boiled down to, if you want to start dating a rich man, you just have to start working all the time. So whenever the rich man asks you what you're up to, you're like,
oh, sorry, I can't. I don't know. I'm a nighttime bartender or whatever.
And then when the rich man hears that, he's going to be like, okay, well, I'll just pay you what you would have made tonight at work, and then you can come hang out with me instead. And then you just do that forever, I guess.
I'll just cover your night so you can just come over here instead. That's how it works with rich men. I promise you.
Fellas, I don't care how rich you are. Don't do that. Okay. I know it sounds crazy, but some girls actually enjoy what they do for work. What the fuck? Imagine like a rich guy talking to like a trauma surgeon and doing that. I'll just pay you what you usually make and then you come hang out with me. And then they're out to dinner while there's a guy like bleeding out to death or something. And that How to Be a Gold Digger video got over 1 million views. So he's been posting that exact same content ever since. And it's performing like really well consistently. I gotta hand it to him. It's like he's like getting more views than he did like back in 2020. So the rebrand seems successful, right? He went from having a primarily male audience in 2020 using language that would appeal to young single men that would in turn convert into them buying his dating course or whatever. And there's actual proof of this on his website. To this day, there's a bunch of testimonials from people who bought his texting course. They're all from dudes that are just like, thank you so much, Russell, for teaching me how to text girls.
The course so far has gotten me cheesy. Great stuff.
But a scroll through his comment section today paints a wildly different picture. Now his audience are mostly women who are commenting stuff like, keep me on the rich men algorithm, please. Who are you and why are you a girl's girl? You need to be a girl dad. I'm not so sure about that one, based on Russell's past behavior. His daughter would come home from her first shift at Starbucks or something, and he'd be like, and I'll be taking my 50% cut, thank you so much. And the general reaction to this new style of content has been mostly positive, but there has been a fair amount of negative feedback as well, so let's take a look at that. Ladies, please do your own research before falling for blank statements like this. This man is just capitalizing on what he thinks women want to hear. Hating women didn't work, so now he's going to try hating on men. Nailed it, dude. I'm going to give that comment 5 big boom. Boom! 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 He straight up used to be like, women live life on easy mode, and women are horses in your stable, and give me 50% of your money, allegedly. But since that obviously didn't work out very well, he's completely switched to the other side, and now he's like, yes, queen, not me being one of the girls. And guys, obviously, people can change. I know that. We've all done things in our past we're not proud of. And in a perfect world, I would love to take all of this content at face value and be like, okay, great. He's a little better now. Yay. But I don't know, man. It's one thing when like a fully grown adult is called out for something they did when they were a teenager, but I think we should be a little more skeptical when just a few years ago, this dude co-founded a company that was allegedly taking 50% of women's earnings. Dude, like, that's gonna take a little bit to get past, you know? Like, that is just straight up evil behavior. I don't think you do that if you're ill-informed or like that doesn't accidentally happen, you know? Your Honor, owning that agency was a complete mistake. I fell down on a bunch of paperwork in the business registry office and I accidentally created a legit LLC. And then my phone was hacked and someone made all those websites and sent all those DMs. I'm a good guy. There was another video I saw from a creator named Makeup Fresh, and they brought up a really good point about Russell's rebrand as well.
That man was a woman-hating grifter, and now he is a man-hating grifter.
Sorry, grifter, I hardly know her.
If they have specific stances like him, his new stance, he should be talking to men, not women. He should be talking to men because if he really believed what he was saying, he would want men to change, not women.
But it's a good point. Like, if your whole thing is being a rich, successful man, why not just preach to men about those values? Straight up, I feel like he squeezed like every penny he could out of like lonely single men. And now that the well is dry, he's trying to do the same thing to like lonely single women. And there are tons of videos like this of people like critiquing this new Russell rebrand. And this next one in particular got 1.5 million views and 200,000 likes. So it's nice knowing that I'm not alone in this situation. Other people feel this way, so that's good.
If you're believing anything that this grifter fucking says, you should not be dating, because you need to tighten up a little bit, because you're gonna get played.
And also, dude, his whole thing is men should be providing for their partner. Rich men can get any girl they want. Gold diggers are awesome. Then bro, where is the woman you're providing for? As far as I can see anywhere online, this is a single man. Practice what you preach, dude. What the fuck? This is like when Gal Gadot did that Huawei phone advertisement on her Twitter page where she posted the ad from her iPhone. It's the exact same thing, dude. Ain't it just the worst when someone promotes something they don't actually use? Well, I'm happy to tell you that's not the case with today's sponsor, Midas Merge. Guys, Midas Merge sponsored one of my videos 2 months ago, and straight up, I've been playing this game ever since then. If you've never heard of Midas Merge, let me explain it real quick. Midas Merge is a Merge 3 game where players combine creatures and treasures strategically, completing quests and harnessing the sun's energy to dispel the darkness cast by Nyx, the goddess of night. And folks, this game is so adorable, it's insane. And I'm really glad I gave it a chance because honestly, this is not the type of game that I would think to start playing, but it really is a lot of fun and super rewarding. You get all these cute little creatures that you can evolve by merging items. My favorite are the crystal fawns, which can transform into these even cuter level 3 creatures. Adorable. And like I said, in the world of Midas Merge, the Gardens of Gold have been cast under shadow by the evil goddess of night, and you have to restore brightness to the garden and free its inhabitants. And I really love the gameplay because you're able to like clearly see your progression over time, and it's super satisfying figuring out ways to merge your way through the map. And one of my least favorite things about most mobile games these days is they always need to be connected to the internet. But get this, you can dive into the enchanting world of Midas Merge anytime, anywhere, no Wi-Fi needed. Dude, I went to New York a few weeks ago and I was playing this game 30,000 feet in the air when my phone was on airplane mode. Midas Merge is also free to download and ad-free with no dead ends, so you can always merge and explore without interruptions. And I've got exciting news. Be among the first 100 to install via my link or the QR code on screen and receive a unique Mox Fox level 1. This cute little creature boosts your garden progress and will be personalized with my name. What the heck? So don't miss out and download now by clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen right now. I've truly been having a blast playing Midas Merge the past few months. Like I said before, it's genuinely such a rewarding and enjoyable game, and I seriously cannot recommend it enough to you guys, because once you start merging and uncovering all these adorable little surprises, you'll be hooked immediately. Thank you so much to Midas Merge for sponsoring this video. Back to the video. But again, who knows? You know, maybe he is a changed man. I watched a video on his YouTube channel where he reacted to his old TikToks, and to his credit, he admits that the stable comparison he used was a little insensitive.
The stable part, I get that. I honestly, looking back on it now, I get where people can see that and be like, whoa, hang on a second. Well, women aren't horses.
Okay, well, no, I guess he just said he sees why people would interpret it as misogynistic. He never actually claims that it was. And that's always a good way to take accountability. Sorry you felt that way. That's on you. I didn't even know horses could get offended. But then there's another part of the video where he talks about like all the backlash he received. And he said it was like a really difficult time.
I lost businesses. My mother was getting death threats and doxxed, and I had to move, and people were filming me outside my house. It was like a whole thing.
And obviously, I don't support any of that, no matter who I'm talking about in my videos. Like, it's never the goal is to be like, yeah, let's fucking ruin their lives. That's fucking, like, don't send death threats, especially not to someone's mom, dude. That's crazy. Like, if someone sent a death threat to my mom, I'd be fucking pissed, dude. The only person who could threaten to kill my mom is me. When she told me I was playing too much Left 4 Dead on my Xbox 360. And yes, that happened last week. But he does say that he learned a lot from his mistakes.
Learned a lot of lessons, and I definitely over time have learned about myself, about kind of what I want to be.
He then went on to denounce Red Pill podcast as a whole, which I think is also good.
The Red Pill men's podcast style, sit at a round table where it's just a bunch of men in their 30s and 40s berating women. And I never wanted to be a part of that. Those guys invited me to their show a couple of times, and I never did it.
And I think you can be the judge of all this at the end of the day. But we do have more things to discuss about this whole situation that I think will help you make up your mind in the end. So Russell has been putting in work on this rebrand, dude. In my Siren Agency video, I referenced an article that they paid to have published so they could seem like a legitimate business. And history repeats itself because we've got another paid article to coincide with Russell's rebrand from the iconic Los Angeles Wire. Huh? Why are you publishing this? You can see at the top there, it says branded content, and on their site, it says, we may have been compensated by the contributor who wrote the contributor content or whose product or service is the subject of the article in exchange for publishing the article as so-called native advertising. So this is not an article that a journalist wrote because it was an interesting story to tell. This was paid for by Russell or someone on Russell's team. I don't know exactly who paid for it, or maybe he has a secret admirer that just was really rooting for him. It's also fucking poorly written as well. It seems like someone went to ChatGPT and was like, can you write a nice article about me? I'm Russell Hartley. Can you write a nice article about me? Here's a few excerpts. The secret behind Hartley's appeal lies in his authenticity and relatability. Unlike many influencers who curate their online personas to match perceived expectations, Hartley remains true to himself, an approach that has endeared him to millions. Yeah, that's true. He's remained true to himself for years. He's always had the same opinions. He has never switched up or anything. And here's the end, which is my favorite. In conclusion, though subtly so, Russell Hartley stands at the forefront of a cultural shift facilitated by social media, yet rooted deeply in timeless values. As one of TikTok's most eligible bachelor continues to spread his message far wide through captivating content coupled with actionable advice. Whatever the fuck that means. If you handed this in for like a 6th grade English project, you'd fucking fail, dude. This is dog shit. I also found this Yahoo Finance article that's pretty much the exact same as the other one. They've just changed a few words around slightly. Like at the end, instead of in conclusion, though subtly so, they put in summary, albeit subtly. Just so, like, what the fuck are these, man? If he actually did pay for these, I hope he asked for a refund, dude. Because I don't think these accomplished anything at all. And if you think the photo in this article looks like a paparazzi pic, that's because it is. That is a real paparazzi photo of Russell Hartley. Wow. And I found the paparazzi video that goes along with it, and it is fucking bizarre. So I really want to show that to you guys. It's from a channel called Rav, and this video is titled Russell Hartley USA Most Eligible Bachelor Talks Outside BOA.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Oh, sorry. I didn't even know you were coming out right now. Turn my shit off and everything. Did you just have dinner or what?
Yeah, we just catch up with some friends at BOA.
What's up, man? What's up, bro? What's up? How's the food here at BOA? I never eat here.
I love BOA. I come here all the time. I live here in the hills, so
okay, so you're
convenient for me.
I feel like you're the guy I see like on TikTok and stuff, right?
Come on, man. Come on. You expect me to believe this celebrity paparazzi was just waiting outside of this restaurant for an A-list celebrity to walk out, and then he was like, oh shit, no way, it's that TikTok live streamer. Like, no shot, dude.
What did I see? Was it USA's most eligible bachelor?
Yeah, what did I see? What did I see in the email that you sent me prior to this?
For real though, how did that happen, and what did you think when you saw that?
Dude, I fucking love this paparazzi, dude. He is giving it his all. How did that happen? And what did you think when you saw that?
Well, it's funny because I started talking about like men paying on dates and stuff like that.
I know. I was looking at your stuff actually just the other day, to be honest.
Yeah. Fucking slow day in LA. If the paparazzis are taking pictures of this fucking guy, dude. But anyways, the paparazzi then segues into a very normal and natural question that perfectly coincides with Russell Hartley's rebrand.
When I look at the comments, though, I do feel like it's mostly like women that are commenting, and it's pretty positive.
Russell doesn't actually get the opportunity to respond to this observation because the paparazzi is just so jazzed about this entire interaction.
Yeah. How you doing, by the way? My name is Will. How you doing, Julie? Okay, wait, are you still at Eligible Bachelor?
Russell then shows off his McLaren and gives some advice to the eligible bachelors out there.
What would be your advice? What would be your advice?
Just be a gentleman. The video ends with the paparazzi giggling at how nice these cars are.
Both of those are nice.
And again, maybe this is real. Maybe this paparazzi guy just so happened to be outside of this restaurant, and then a TikToker walked out, and he was like, yes, all the hours waiting was worth it. I knew ignoring Justin Bieber was a good idea, so I had enough room on my memory card for Russell Hartley. You know, and then he got this great piece of content. Who knows? It does seem a little manufactured, though, I will say. And celebrities call the paparazzi on themselves all the fucking time, so I think this was probably pre-planned in advance, because the fact that it wasn't just photos, like it was a full video of him asking a bunch of specific questions that perfectly align with Russell's new image, like, it's a little fishy, right? And looking at this paparazzi guy's other videos, it seems like people reach out to this guy just to promote whatever they have going on. For example, this video with a rapper named Yaki. In the video, she's in like a random shopping plaza, and this paparazzi guy just so happens to be there also.
Now, I had seen online that you were going to be doing something like here soon in LA. Is that coming up or I don't even know?
I don't even know.
Or I don't even know.
I don't know. You do know.
Coming up or I don't even know.
That's so funny to think of a paparazzi who's just like way too specific about this shit. Whoa, I didn't even know you were gonna be here. I love your TikToks. Hey, thanks, man. Hey, tell me about that donation you made this morning. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. I didn't even know you knew about that. Yeah, so basically I donated $10,000 to the ocean. Oh, awesome. Tell me about the Sorry, do you really want me to say this? What am I paying you for? Okay. Tell me about the penis shortening surgery you had. Whoa. Okay. This guy did his research. Yeah, it was just too big, man. All the girls were complaining about it. You guys hear that?
Shut your fucking mouth!
Can you pay me now? Pay you with what? I threw all my money in the ocean. No offense to the rapper for doing this if this was all pre-planned. It's so much work to get people to come out to shows, and this is a pretty smart way of doing that, so I'm not trying to like dunk on that person. I'm just using that as an example. Back to Russell, okay? I'll say it. This rebrand is rubbing me the wrong way. I think if he was actually a changed person because of his past mistakes, I think he would just be that. You know? Like, it'd be kind of crazy to make all those personal changes in private. You know, to like genuinely better yourself, and then to be like, all right, now it's time to pay a publicist so people know that I'm a good guy. Like, that just seems disingenuous to me. I feel like he's spending more time on the optics of the rebrand than actually like trying to be a better person, right? Okay, so while I was editing this video, I found something pretty crazy. I was reading that Yahoo Finance article, and at the top it said, "This is a paid press release. Contact the press release distributor directly with any inquiries." And if you scroll down to the bottom, it says the press contact is Glazers Media. Bro's glazing. So I looked up Glazers Media and I went to their website, and it is fucking wild, dude. There's a little bio on their front page, and then a little further down, they outline their 3-step process. Step 1, follow the money. Optimize your offering, determine how attention will make you money. Step number 2, sell your story. Figure out where your audience is and tell your story there. Book, videos, etc. And then step number 3, amplify. Use media like press, TV, podcasts, live stages, influencers, etc. to amplify your story. And it's pretty crazy because this 3-step process is pretty much exactly what's happening in front of us. Determine how attention will make you money. He's getting a lot of attention and making money from it. Sell your story. And I guess he assumed his audience is watching random paparazzi videos on YouTube. So that's what they did in step 3, dude. Like, they used articles, paparazzis, even morning news.
Russell Hartley is here to share why he's known as TikTok's most eligible bachelor.
I'm not against PR firms. Obviously, that's like a huge part of the entertainment industry. But it seems like Glazers Media in particular has a specialty. Because it says on their website that they specialize in reputation management, get uncanceled, better yet, build a wall. E! News published Glazers Media's CEO as #1 on the list of top reputation management experts celebrities turn to in crisis. But we don't just work with celebrities. We first amplify your side of the story through positive press. Second, suppress the negative false narrative using top SEO methods. Third, permanently de-index and remove defamatory content using a vast legal network of intellectual property, copyright, trademark, and defamation experts. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And the cherry on top of all of that is the thing they use to advertise this aspect of the business is a picture of the Glazers Media CEO posing with Tucker Carlson. My dog hates Tucker Carlson, man. Oh, and also at the bottom of the page, to further legitimize the CEO of Glazers Media, there's an article titled, "Photos of Vito Glazers with Andrew and Tristan Tate resurface." Just a little tip, if you ever want to advertise like how awesome you are, don't cite an article that has the word resurface in the title, you know? I feel like nothing good has ever resurfaced. And dude, this is all on their like public website that I really didn't have to look that hard to find, dude. This is insane. So yeah, man, after seeing all this shit, I am fully convinced this rebrand is 100% manufactured. I fucking don't believe it for a second. And I fucking wish I saw this before I filmed everything, because everything I talk about later in this video makes so much more sense now after seeing all this. Yeah, I just thought that was interesting and wanted to include it in the video. Back to me. I think influencer rebranding in general is a pretty tricky subject, because when a company rebrands, you know, they switch up their logo or they switch up their slogan or something, but they essentially have the same product. When an influencer rebrands, I always feel really weird about it, it because that's like a human being. You know what I mean? It's a person. That's like a human person with like emotions and memories. Like they're not like a product. It's weird, right? For example, when David Dobrik almost fucking killed Jeff Wittick and then all those other crazy allegations were popping up. He took a few years off and then he came back and he was like, hey guys, I'm back. With muscles now. Yup, the guy you hate is out of shape. And I'm not. Therefore, you don't hate me. And obviously, people don't stay the exact same their entire lives. That'd be insane. And when it comes to a purely creative endeavor, I think rebranding is necessary, not to fucking lose your mind. I think the videos I'm making now are a little different than the ones I made like 5 years ago, right? Even though this is a continuation of a video I made 5 years ago. But no, like fucking Addison Rae used to be a Hype House member, TikTok dancer, and now she's like a popular musician performing with Charlie XCX. Jojo Siwa used to be like a kids musician, and now she's... I don't really know what she's doing now, but, you know, it's different. But when you use your platform to solely get attention from a certain group of people, to then leverage that attention just to sell a fucking product, i.e. Russell's old coaching programs, it's hard to believe your new outlook on life is genuine when you're essentially doing the same thing you did before, but just with a different audience, right? Which brings us to why I think he's doing all of this. Money, 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 money. When you go to his TikTok page on your burner account because he blocked you, he has a pinned playlist titled Get a Bag of Money. Click here. And in this playlist, there are 2 videos.
You guys know what's happening with this TikTok shop thing? Stay-at-home mom's making a ton of money, like insane levels of money on TikTok right now. Like crazy amounts. Like it's actually crazy. I work with TikTok directly. I've been on social media a long time.
Okay, sorry. Saying I work with TikTok directly is fucking so funny, dude. Could not be more vague. I actually work with TikTok directly. There's a little button on my phone with the TikTok logo, and when I press it, TikTok opens directly on my phone. Beat that. Dude, I'm gonna start telling people I work for Google. Alright, that's the exact same shit.
I'll show you. I'll put together a little packet.
A packet? If you would just get up and teach them instead of handing them a freaking packet, yo. Alright, sorry, let's watch the second video. The caption is, it's a gold rush right now.
How do you make money? Girls, listen. Right now, my latest project is I'm working with TikTok. I'm a TikTok shop partner. This shop right now is crazy. Women are making money. You won't need a man. It's like that right now. It's insane.
Whoa! You hear that, ladies? You won't even need a man. Ladies, doesn't that make you feel awesome? Like, how the fuck would someone hear that and be like, yeah, no, that's a girl's girl right there, dude. Like, that's so insulting. The only way that you could support yourself financially is with a rich man. Or clicking the link in my bio, queen. He also has a little blurb in his TikTok bio that says, make money on TT, and it points to a link. And when you go to that site, you get this. And as you can see, this is on getcoaching.io, as in I owe a bunch of OnlyFans creators a bunch of money. Allegedly. No, this is his coaching website that he was using all the way back in 2020. How to make money on TikTok with Russell Hartley by reviewing products that you get for free from the TikTok shop. Breaking down how people are making money by reviewing products on TikTok with Russell Hartley. There's a little write-up about him, and at the bottom of the page, there's a button to sign up for the free live training. Whoa. Free live training? So maybe he isn't doing this for money after all. That's so sweet of him, man. He's teaching people ways to make money out of the kindness of his own heart. So obviously, I signed up for this free live training, and I can confirm it didn't ask me for any credit card details or anything to sign up for the actual training session. So I watched the live training and I learned a lot. This webinar was about an hour and a half long, and Russell went through all the details on how people are making insane amounts of money right now using the TikTok shop. He starts off the presentation by giving a brief explanation on affiliate marketing on TikTok shop.
People are making TikTok videos, selling and promoting products for the viewer's consumption and getting paid directly through TikTok.
Transparently, this was all news to me because we actually don't have TikTok shop up here in Canada. I straight up heard about TikTok shop for the first time like a few months ago. But if you're unfamiliar with affiliate marketing, a company will give their product to a creator, usually for free, and that creator will post about said product, and if any of their followers purchase that product using their link, that creator gets a percentage of that purchase. And this has been around for a very long time online, but it is especially lucrative on TikTok Shop because the shopping aspect is directly integrated into the video platform. So if you see a video of a creator like advertising a product, it just takes a few taps on the app and you've already purchased it, and then you can keep using the app. Like, it's pretty seamless. So what the hell does Russell Hartley do in that equation? Don't worry, he'll get there. First, he's got to play a clip from a Cher interview. you.
When you get older, I wish you'd hurry to get older so that you would settle down and marry a rich man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man.
Isn't that funny?
Isn't that hilarious?
I am a rich man.
A woman making money on her own?
Isn't that funny?
He then goes into this whole spiel about how owning a business is the fucking worst thing you could ever do.
Owning a business means that you deliver a product to customers. It's a lot of work.
You know, it's way too time consuming and overwhelming.
Typical business, you have to deal with endless problems. You got research and development, product costs, inventory management, logistics, customer support, payroll, you name it. Most businesses are lucky to profit 20%.
And it's just like the absolute last thing you would ever want to do, okay? And remember that for later. He then shows his own personal TikTok shop.
I have a shop on TikTok. I have some products and stuff on there. You guys might know that already. I make t-shirts, like crew necks.
Oh yeah, dude, he has merch. Holy fuck. Okay, forgot about that. Let's go see Russell Hartley's merch. Anteater. I hardly know her. He's got 100% certified gold digger. It's so ugly, man. Also, this is offensive to real gold diggers, man. If you're not fucking knee deep in a river panning for gold, don't wear this shit, man. Future rich wife club. Pretty ain't cheap. Thank you card to my ex. Okay, send a sincere thank you to the person who saved you from a lifetime of misery. And all this is marketed towards like straight women. So if they're sending this card to their ex-boyfriend or ex-husband, they are not going to understand this at all. Okay. The back of the card says, thank you so much for saving my life. You know how dumb dudes are? Your ex-boyfriend will not pick up on that sarcasm, dude. They'll get that card and be like, thank you for saving my life. I guess we're back together now. So yeah, he shows the back end of his TikTok shop. He's got a whopping 0 listings sold. Damn. This guy knows how to sell some products.
It's not like a high income generating business per se.
Yeah, it's no income generating, dude. And throughout this webinar, sorry, every time I say the word webinar, I feel like a year is taken off my life. That is the most embarrassing word to say out loud. Through this webinar, he says the same thing over and over again. And the message he's trying to portray is, you don't have to have a bunch of followers to start doing this, okay? You're going to start making videos, one could hit the algorithm and pop off. And that is true for the most part, but the way he's saying that is like the worst way you could say it.
Most of these people that I'm showing you here are nobodies. They're not famous influencers, they're just nothing. They're just literally non-famous nobodies.
They're nobodies. They're nothing. They're dust in the wind. They have no followers. They're nothing to anyone. When he said that, all I could think of was that fucking I Think You Should Leave sketch with the babysitter.
It's like a hit and run.
Oh my God.
Should we call the cops? Cops said that like the people she hit are just kind of like nothing.
Non-famous nobodies.
Like they don't matter.
To Russell's credit though, the next slide gives a disclaimer about like what people can actually earn while doing this. You're not going to become a multimillionaire overnight, which is nice. Because I feel like a lot of times people, when they're selling shit, they're like, you'll make $1 billion a second. So I guess it's nice that he's trying to stifle people's expectations a little bit.
The woman on the right is doing cleaning supplies, and she made about $152,000 herself.
But at the same time, I guess he's doing the exact opposite, so I don't know.
Stay-at-home mom's making a ton of money, like insane levels of money.
He then shows an example of TikTok shop affiliate marketing. This is video of a girl advertising a broom called the Helio Air Broom, and it says that she sold 15,000 units and earned $7 a sale. So she apparently made $105,000 from just that one video. And if that's true, that's fucking crazy. You know, good for her. That's wild. Because according to Russell, people doing this aren't even influencers.
7,000 followers. That's nothing. This is a regular girl. She's not an influencer. She's getting stuff for free on the TikTok shop. She's posting about it, and this girl's making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
Okay, not an influencer, but she's getting free product from a company in order to advertise it and make money for herself. Hate to break it to you, my man, but that is quite literally the exact definition of influencer, dude. She is influencing people to buy shit. And it was truly fascinating watching this presentation, just knowing Russell Hartley's past and how he used to market himself, because there are several times throughout this webinar where he is like directly speaking to strictly women. Like he knows for a fact that there are no dudes watching this right now.
Y'all got sisters or sisters-in-law? You ever come over to your house and you're like, get that bottle opener? Hey girl, watch this. And it goes just like that and takes the cork out automatically. And they're like, oh my God, that's so cute. And then you're like, oh my God, yeah, I know. It's so cool. It's so cool, right? He's like, where'd you get that? A TikTok shop.
Bro, like that's like a middle schooler's impression of a woman, dude.
TikTok shop.
But there is like pretty much only women there. You can see in the chat the whole time. Andrea, Astrid, Lala, Isabella, Tish, Stacy. I don't want to assume anyone's genders, but you know, I don't think I've ever met a dude named Lala. What's up, bro? I'm Lala. We then get a slide where he's, you know, selling the dream to all the single moms watching this webinar. Imagine a life where you wake up, get your packages from the mailbox, make a couple videos reviewing the things you received is spelt wrong, and then use the rest of your time enjoying your hobbies and living your life. And now's the time we finally learn what this is all about.
This is my company, Rise. I call it, you're only one post away, because that's literally how it is. I'm directly partnered with TikTok, like I said.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell. Ding, 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 ding. Another company, dude. Right after saying owning a business is the fucking worst thing you could ever do, why would anyone do that? He is pitching his company, dude. And spoiler alert, I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because he doesn't reveal the price to people until the very, very end. But to be a part of Rise, which is this TikTok shop partner agency, it is $146 to start. And then after that, it is $49 a month.
And then a $49 a month service fee.
The $49 a month pays for a dedicated social media manager, a dedicated product manager, additional free samples, higher commissions, monthly retainers, and health benefits for elite creators. But the rest of the flat fee up front, the $97 that you pay at the beginning, on top of the first $49, that's for Academy tuition. Of course. It's always a course, bro. Every fucking time with these dudes, it's a course. And this is to learn how to sell stuff? What do you know about sales, man?
And the only way to make money is if you do it my way. Inside of Rise, you learn how to make money in my way.
Yeah, that's the best way. That's the best way to make money. Clearly, it's not, dude. And that's the other thing I've always wondered when people like sell courses with all these claims of people making like hundreds of thousands of dollars per video, and they know all the secrets. And if you know all those secrets to get super rich, why not just use all those secrets to get super rich? Why the fuck are you selling a course, dude? Shouldn't you just be doing affiliate marketing yourself? It's like if it's the best way to make money. But after I heard something he said later on in this video, I think I understand why he does the managing instead of the actual affiliate marketing.
How many sales people do you have in Rise? You mean like other sellers that are happening? We have over 700 sellers right now.
So there are over 700 sellers in the program right now. And they're supposedly making a bunch of money. So if that's happening, good for them. But I'm gonna do a little bit of math real quick. So 700 people paid $146 just to start doing this, which adds up to $102,200. And that just goes right to Russell's company, okay, before they even get anything. And then, assuming nobody cancels their subscription, with the $49 per month, that's an additional $34,300 a month that goes right to Russell's company. And that money is going right to him. He doesn't have to make any content. That's money that goes directly to him without worrying about one of his affiliate marketing video getting into the algorithm and actually converting to sales, you know? That's coming directly from like vulnerable women, a lot of stay-at-home moms.
Stay-at-home moms making a ton of money
that are trying to make more money to cover their bills or like put their fucking kids in a nice daycare and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's crazy, right? So the way this business works is Rise is essentially a official TikTok shop partner and creator network, which are real legitimate things that do exist. And they pretty much all claim to do the things that Russell said that they do. On the TikTok shop official website, there's a whole page dedicated to TikTok shop affiliate partners, or TAPs. And I think that's what Rise would be, because I looked up what TikTok shop partners, or TSPs, are. And a TSP deal more with the sellers of the actual product, and the TAPs, TikTok shop affiliate partners, they deal more with the creators who are doing the affiliate marketing. Agencies share product links with the creators so they can add the products to their showcases and promote them. The commission splitting is then completed online via the tool. Partner campaigns offer several benefits. For agencies, a new revenue stream that allows agencies to collect commission from sellers by setting up affiliate campaigns on their behalf. For sellers, a way to outsource the creation of campaigns and selection of creators to agencies. For creators, more opportunities to earn affiliate commissions from product lists curated by the agencies. So it can be beneficial for everybody involved, but one line in there made me raise an eyebrow. A new revenue stream that allows agencies to collect commission from sellers by setting up affiliate campaigns on their behalf. And then further down in the article, it says, click into the campaign details page to see all the registered products as well as the commission rates they are offering for this campaign. Note that this is the total commission rate that will be paid to you and the creators in the campaign. So if this is saying what I think it's saying, Russell's agency is not only receiving $49 flat fee a month from every member, they are also receiving a separate commission from that seller when that single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, makes a sale. And look, I wouldn't be mad about this if signing up for Rise was free, but it's not. It's $146 up front and then $49 a month. And then on top of that, they're still taking a commission from a sale that you make. Like, what the fuck? And like I said, I'm in Canada, so I had no idea about any of this TikTok shop crap. We just got FM radio like last year, okay? I had to do a bunch of research on the TikTok shop to see if this business model that he's selling is legitimate. And I have seen a few other agencies doing the same thing as Rise and also charging people a monthly fee. So it's not just Rise. I think the whole thing is yucky, in my personal opinion. I don't know. I feel like as a creator, if you are providing a service to not only the agency and the seller, making the videos, posting them yourself on your own channel, you shouldn't also have to pay them your own money. It's like if the agency is making a commission on the back end as well, like that should be enough for them. Well, let's get back to the webinar, okay? Maybe the services they provide are actually worth $49 a month.
You get a dedicated social media manager. Now, what a dedicated social media manager does is your analytics.
Nice. All right. They do your analytics. That's actually amazing, guys. Like, you don't know the half of it. That is the worst part about being a creator, man. Every day I'm like, I gotta do my analytics. My analytics are due. Bro, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's so nothing. Guys, here's how you do your analytics, okay? You open up your analytics, you look at them. There you go. You're done. You've done your analytics. The fuck are you talking about, man?
Catered niche video recommendations, growth strategies, and one-on-one support.
Yeah, bro. Like, you don't need any of this. Maybe for TikTok shop you do. I don't know. I'm familiar with this whole world, but if you want to make videos, just make videos, man. That's oversimplified, you know, and I may be biased because this is what I do for a living, but like, even so, if you want information about like growth strategies and shit, like you can find all of that for free online, like so many places. For example, I found this video on YouTube that is teaching basically everything that Russell is teaching for free.
This is all free information, okay? I don't have a course to sell you. This isn't some type of sales pitch.
The only thing you're really paying for is the opportunity to be signed to his agency. But an agency that you have to pay to be a part of is a huge red flag in my own personal opinion and experience. But let's get back to it.
Pay to play. All right? So, straight up, straight up, this is a gold rush right now. And I'm a gold digger, baby. The thing is, here's the thing.
No shot, dude. No fucking way he's using the keep gambling meme format unironically, dude. It's also very fitting for him to compare this whole thing to the gold rush.
This is a gold rush right now.
Because historically, the people who made the most money during the gold rush were the people selling the shovels. Russell is essentially selling metaphorical shovels to these women who want to make a bunch of money on TikTok. Sure, you could do this by yourself and use your hands to dig in the dirt for gold. But it'd be so much easier if you just paid me money and I gave you the tools that will help. At least with the gold rush, you didn't have to pay a monthly fee for your shovel to keep working.
I don't take from creators. I foster them. I make them good. I incubate them. I make them good salesmen. And then once they start making videos that sell and make themselves money and TikTok starts making money, then TikTok pays me.
Okay, well, that's a lie. You do take money from creators. You're taking $49 a month from them. But again, hey, what do I know? I might be wrong, right? There is an option for agencies to not take a commission if they don't want to. Like, it's not a mandatory thing. So maybe he isn't, right? He probably doesn't need to take a commission because he's making fucking $49 a month from each person in this fucking program, dude. The other thing I'm confused about is he keeps saying that you can just start making videos immediately and start affiliate marketing immediately, pushing products and stuff. You don't have to wait. You just do it.
We have people start TikTok accounts following my training. They started a TikTok account from zero and made money within their first 7 days.
But everyone online says you need 5,000 followers on TikTok to be approved to be an affiliate marketer. So maybe if you're part of an agency, you can like circumvent that process. I don't know. He then starts talking about all the benefits you get if you become an elite creator within Rise. And later in the live, he clarifies that to become an elite creator, you need to be generating at least $500 of gross merchandise value per month. And if you achieve that, the spoils. And the spoils are abundant. You get one of his awesome gold digger sweaters.
If you guys get to an elite seller inside of Rise, I'll send you a sweater.
Which is pretty cool because those are impossible to find, man. They're always selling out. And then apparently you also get health benefits, just like Siren Agency.
If you're with Rise, I have a backstage access to everything you guys do. I can see all your numbers, I can see all your access, I can see all your data. Any problems with TikTok whatsoever, I can get it fixed just like that. Because we have a rep at TikTok, we'll call them up.
Okay, if that's true, although I wouldn't be a fan of him having access to all my personal shit on my TikTok page, it is beneficial to have someone on the back end. Like if any problems arise, because especially if you're a smaller creator, getting in contact with TikTok can be very difficult and things can be pretty slow. So if you have someone to expedite that process, that is good. I don't know if it's worth $50 a month, but you know, that's to each their own. And at the end of the webinar, after he revealed the price, he set off a timer for 30 minutes to indicate how long people have to hop on this deal.
I'll put this timer on the screen. So here's my offer.
Even though I've had the checkout page open for fucking days and it's the exact same amount still, so he just put that that timer on the screen to evoke a false sense of urgency, so he could pressure people into purchasing the thing right now, which is very awesome and kind of cool. He then spends the next 30 minutes answering some questions from the women watching this webinar, and we got some good nuggets during this segment.
I guess we're all co-workers now. That's right, Laren, we are. We're working together now.
Yeah, all co-workers now. You know how you have to pay your job $146 up front when you get hired, and then there's no guarantee of any income no matter how many hours you put into the work, but then you also get to pay them $49 a month? My dream job. Great.
I am in. Nice, Zoe. I have knee surgery and plan to spend my time learning and how to make money online. That a girl.
Knee surgery, you say? He then gets a pretty gnarly comment that I actually can't believe is real.
Thank you for making it affordable. Of course, Vanessa.
Thanks for making it affordable? It's not. That's not $49 a month, dude. That's wild.
I make money from TikTok. So I need you guys to pay a little something, because I know if you don't pay something, you're not going to do it. It's like if I give you free concert tickets, you're not going to go to that concert. I need you to pay something so that I know that you're going to try and dedicate yourself to this.
Yeah, he's doing you a favor by letting you pay him. You should be thanking him. This is the women empowering message that he's been preaching all along. Either marry a rich man or pay an already rich man so you can maybe make the same amount of money as he does.
Yes, queen, slay!
But guys, the rebrand is clearly working, and this next comment perfectly illustrates that.
70-year gold digger videos that entice me to your webinar. Great. I'm glad. That's right. I'm a gold digger too, baby.
And he pretty much went the entire webinar without the old Russell creeping through. You know, you could see a few hints of the old Russell in the way he imitates women.
A TikTok shop.
Or calls women with no following nobodies.
Non-famous nobodies.
But he could not go more than 90 minutes without falling back into his old ways.
You're here at Rise. You're inside of my TikTok shop partnered agency. You're under my umbrella now. You're in my little chicken coop. You're in my little chicken coop.
What the hell?
Oh my god, dude. Russell Hartley, stop comparing women to farm animals challenge. Level impossible. You could have said anything else, man. You're all mares in my stable. You're all chickens in my coop. Fucking Jesus, man. Old McDonald over here cannot help himself, man.
You're in my little chicken coop.
I don't know, dude. This whole thing just seems like a fucking waste of money in my personal opinion. Assuming you actually do get all these benefits like more free samples, higher commission, possibly circumventing the affiliate requirements, and possible retainers from companies, I feel like you shouldn't have to pay a monthly fee for these benefits if Russell's company is already making a commission from the seller every time a sale is made, or he gets paid from TikTok, as he says.
Then TikTok pays me.
And at the same time, it seems like the creator who is a part of Rise would never know this, because when you go through an agency for these affiliate deals, again, according to the official TikTok website, it says the commission rate that is shown to the creator is the commission rate they are paid by the agency, not the seller. So the agency is essentially like a middleman in the equation, and I think that's weird if you're paying the middleman also on top of that, right? And also on the TikTok website, it says the agency can only collect commission from the seller. The agency cannot collect commission from the creator, as this would be considered double dipping. So if that's good that that can't happen on the TikTok shop, but like, he kind of is double dipping in a way, right? Because he's making commissions from the seller while also receiving $30,000 a month from the 700 people paying $49 a month. I looked up a bunch of other TikTok shop partner agencies that were listed on the official TikTok website, like VIP Streamers and Taboost, and it doesn't look like they charge an upfront fee for people to be a part of the agency. It seems like a lot of these operate like a regular MCN, where you apply to work with them, and then if they approve of you, then you're added to their agency, and then they just make a commission off of what you sell. I don't want to make it seem like Russell's company Rise is the only TikTok agency doing this. So they're not the only agency charging people a monthly fee and shit. I found several other agencies like Social Army that also charges $49 a month, and another one, Brands Meet Creators, which is $97 a month, which is fucking crazy. I think the whole thing is gross, not just Rise specifically. And also, Social Army? Just an awful name. Terrible name for a business. The fuck is a social army, dude? People running at each other in an open field with swords, and then they stop in the middle and just talk. And there has been positive reviews of both Social Army and Brands Meet Creators, but there's also been some negative reviews as well. This creator made a video about how they joined Social Army, and that Social Army promised a lot of like one-on-one coaching and shit, but as soon as she paid the fee, they completely ignored her.
I specifically asked, do I get a mentor? She said yes. I never even talked to her after I signed up.
And she stated in her comments that you could learn all the same stuff for free elsewhere. You really don't need to pay for anything. I learned a lot more from free communities I'm in. I'm in multiple free communities that are a lot more helpful.
Once I did leave Social Army, my sales skyrocketed.
In conclusion, though subtly so, like many other people have pointed out, it seems like Russell found out how lucrative owning a TikTok shop partner agency could be, realized he could use his like rich guy aesthetic paired with quote-unquote empowering messaging to attract single women who want to make more money, and then somehow convince them to pay for another fucking course. And while I was researching influencer rebrands in general, I came across Christian Walker. You remember that guy? He used to make a bunch of videos pandering to like a conservative audience, even though I'm convinced he was like fully rage baiting the whole time. But when you look at his current content, it is the exact same shit that Russell Hartley is doing. This was his old content.
Honey bun, why do you need a month to celebrate who you sleep with? Newsflash, nobody cares. You have all your rights, now shut up.
And this is his new content.
I see a lot of men worry about gold diggers when they don't even have any gold for anybody to dig for.
What's your type? What type of guys you like? What are you into? Rich.
And it seems to be working, man. His videos are fucking crushing. And this style of rebrand is just so fascinating to me. Because most influencers will come back with a new look, a new name. But Christian Walker and Russell Hartley, they're both back. Same name, same look, same everything. It's just so crazy. But I guess with the algorithm like so personally catered to specific groups where you kind of end up in like your own echo chamber, you can just like completely reinvent yourself and reach an entirely new audience who are completely unaware of your past. That is a totally doable thing if you just say the right thing at the right time. And I'd love to think that Russell has actually, you know, learned from his past mistakes. But I think just as a blanket statement, if someone you follow on TikTok is trying to sell you a course and is showing off all these people who are making insane amounts of money.
There's a woman right now making $700,000 a month. If a man cares about how much money you make, he's scheming.
Please do your research. Try to find reviews from people who actually did it before you actually like give your money to this person. Because you'd be surprised how much you can learn for free on YouTube and Facebook groups. And if you want to do this TikTok shop thing for extra money, I'd say just try it out yourself. See if you actually like it and enjoy it and are good at it. And then if you're getting a little traction and you know, do your research and see some positives in an agency, then maybe apply for one of those agencies that don't charge you. Just base level, just don't give your money to someone on TikTok who's selling you a course that you really don't need, in my personal opinion. And I feel bad for these women who are like, honestly, I feel like they're being tricked by this persona. Like this comment I saw at the end of his live stream just totally bummed me out, man. Done. I just signed up. I need help desperately. So sad. I need help desperately? And wow, such a kind thing to do when someone needs help desperately. You go, okay, well yeah, that's gonna fucking cost you. I hope this is the last video I ever fucking make about this dude, but it seems like he just keeps popping up every few years with a new fucking business that's insane. So I wouldn't be surprised if in like 3 years I'm making another video about this dude. About his new fucking trough business. He's gonna start a trough business and be like, women, stop eating out of bowls. You're all my little fucking piggies. Oink, oink. I'm a rich pig farmer and you roll around in poopy mud because you're a pig, oink, oink. Or something along those lines. I don't know. I got lightheaded after that. Wow.
If a man cares about how much money you make, he's scheming.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry I talked for so long. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please press the like button because believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 article I will pay to have written about myself. Leave a comment, man. Let me know what you think about all this and subscribe right now. Also, I got shows coming up real soon, so come see my shows. They're all the places I'm going to. I'm so excited. Wow. All right, that's it. I would stick around, but unfortunately, what the heck? Paparazzi just showed up.
I can't believe this is happening.
Folks, 6 years ago, I made a video about a movie titled Fateful Findings, an independent film about a man who hates laptops and also uses his supernatural abilities to take down the big evil corporations. Later that year, I also made a video about a movie called Twisted Pair, a film about 2 identical twin brothers who become hybrid artificial intelligence entities, with one of the twins using their powers for good and the other for evil. Both of these films were written, directed, edited, and also starred a man named Neil Breen. For those of you who are unfamiliar, since 2005, Neil Breen has been creating cinematic masterpieces for all of us to enjoy.
I can't believe you committed suicide.
Each movie of his usually stars him as the superpowered outcast who takes down the big evil corporation and gets the girl in the end. But each one has its own unique spin. And over the years, Neil Breen has amassed a devoted cult following of people who are just champing at the bit for the next Neil Breen project. Neil Breen truly is the physical embodiment of independent filmmaking. You can have your opinions about Neil Breen's films, but at the end of the day, You have to admire the fact that every time he makes a movie, he makes the exact film that he wanted to make. And for that reason, I've been a fan of Neil Breen for years now, which is why I was so excited when he announced back in 2021 that he was beginning production on his newest film. And in this announcement, he said he was looking for possible investors. And when I saw this announcement, I knew I needed to be a part of this. Think of how amazing that would be. My name in lights. And by lights, I mean the credits of a Neil Breen film. So I shot my shot. I sent Mr. Breen a DM on Twitter that said, "Hey Neil, are you still looking for investors for your next film?" And candidly, I've been trying to get a hold of Neil Breen for years to come on my podcast and just talk about his creative process. But that man is impossible to get a hold of. So when I sent this DM, I assumed he would never respond. But 5 hours later, I get a response from Neil Breen. And he said, "Yes. What amount were you considering investing? Then we can discuss details." And I'm going to be honest, I didn't really have an exact number in mind because it's usually the job of the person who's producing the film to tell the possible investors how much money they need, right? Like, you know, on Shark Tank, people walk in and they're like, "Hey, sharks, I am seeking this much money, and for that, you get this much percentage." And then they negotiate from there. Neil had a different plan, which I have to admire. He basically did the equivalent of someone walking into the Shark Tank and being like, "All right, what do you guys want to give me?" So, needing more information, I said, "Do you have an investment package you can send over that includes the different options?" Seemed fair, right? But to that, he said, "We need to pre-qualify you first. What films have you invested in? Did you receive co-producer or producer credit? I'm new to film investing, so this would be my first venture. I've invested in other businesses and mediums, but this would be my first film investment." No response. At this point, I'm panicking, right? Did I blow it? Did I say something wrong? Should I have lied? So, in an act of desperation, I follow up the next day with a harmless, "Let me know." And to that, he said, "You never stated the amount of your potential investment," which was true, but like I said before, I was waiting for something he could send me that would like outline the budget and like how much he needed and like what, just like something for me to like look over and analyze, right? So in response, I just said, "If you can send me an investment package, I can provide an accurate number for you." And to that, he said, "No thanks. We prefer to work with film investors who have experience." I was devastated. I finally had the opportunity to be a part of something amazing, and I blew it. I let it slip through my fingers, all because I didn't have prior film investing experience. And it's like, how am I supposed to get experience if every opportunity requires prior experience, right? Like, that's a catch-22. Could you imagine if the job market was like that? That'd be a nightmare. Sadly, that would be the final message Neil ever sent me. I just responded and I wished him luck on his next project, and that was that. And for years, in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking, I kept imagining what could have Breen. Fast forward a little bit, 2 years later, 2023, Neil Breen announces his newest movie, Cade the Tortured Crossing, a direct sequel to Twisted Pair. Now, don't worry if you haven't seen Twisted Pair before watching this video. This new movie hardly has anything to do with it, if I'm being honest. All you need to know about Twisted Pair, two twin brothers named Cade and Cale. They're both superpowered cyborgs. Cade is a good one, Cale is the evil one. But in a series of tweets announcing the cities where this new film would be screening, I saw Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, my hometown. He was taunting me. He was fucking taunting me, okay? He knew. But I put my sadness aside, and as soon as those tickets became available, I purchased them. And I drove my ass out to Hamilton, and I watched Cade the Tortured Crossing in a packed theater at Playhouse Cinema in downtown Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And sorry to spoil it, but guys, it was his best work yet. It was amazing, okay? I left that theater a changed man because I pooped my pants. It was so good. It changed my diapers. I was a changed man. As soon as I saw this movie, I knew I had to make a video about it. So, when Cade the Tortured Crossing was later released on DVD, I bought it immediately. Yeah, that's the second time I bought this movie. And I purchased that DVD in October of last year, and I have yet to receive it. I know Neil does things a little differently. Maybe the shipping process is a little obscure. Maybe he put the DVD like around a pigeon's head, a little hole. And then he was just like, "Deliver this to Curtis." But since I didn't receive that DVD, that only meant I was extra excited when he recently announced that Cade the Tortured Crossing was now available on digital. Yes! So yeah, I bought the film for a third time. And finally, I got it! And we're gonna talk about it today. Before we do though, I urge you to please buy or rent Cade the Tortured Crossing and just watch it with a group of friends. And I promise you, it will be the most enjoyable movie experience you've had all year. So please, go watch the full thing. It is so awesome. I will put the link in my description to rent or buy it. So yeah, please go support it. It is a lot of fun, and you'll have a blast. All right, now we got all the lore out of the way. Let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Thank you so much to Midas Merge for sponsoring this video. Folks, the past few weeks, I've been playing Midas Merge on my phone, and oh my god, I've been having so much fun. Midas Merge is a Merge 3 game where players combine creatures and treasures strategically, completing quests and harnessing the sun's energy to dispel the darkness cast by Nyx, the goddess of night. She's bad! And let me tell you guys real quick, this is the cutest game I've ever played. I'll say it. Especially because the video games I usually play are stressful and infuriating and scary. So playing this adorable and rewarding game the past few weeks has honestly been so enjoyable, you have no idea. You get all these adorable creatures that you can evolve by merging items. My personal favorite creatures are the Crystal Fawns, which you can transform into these even cuter level 3 creatures. Adorable, man. It's crazy. And the gameplay in Midas Merge is so rewarding. Basically, in the world of Midas Merge, like I said, the Gardens of Gold have been cast under shadow by the evil goddess of night, and you have to restore brightness to the garden and free its super cute inhabitants. And you're able to like clearly see your progression and look back, and I don't know, it's just so satisfying figuring out ways to merge your way through the map. And let me tell you, one of my least favorite things about most mobile games these days is that you always need to be connected to the internet. I hate that. It sucks. I'll be on a plane ready to play a game and it's like, no, sorry, you need high-speed Wi-Fi. Well, listen to this. You can dive into the enchanting world of Midas Merge anytime, anywhere, no Wi-Fi needed at all. Midas Merge is also free to download and ad-free with no dead ends. So you can always merge and explore without interruptions. And guys, this is super exciting. Be among the first 100 to install via my link in the description or the QR code on screen and receive a unique Mox Fox level 1. This super cute little creature boosts your garden progress and will be personalized with my name. Yeah, me, dude. So don't miss out and download right now by clicking the link in my description or scanning the QR code on screen. Honestly, I've been having like so much fun playing Midas Merge the past few weeks. Like I said, it's such a genuinely like rewarding and enjoyable game, and I truly cannot recommend it enough. Because trust me guys, once you start merging and uncovering all the adorable little surprises, you will not be able to put it down. So join me in the enchanting world of Midas Merge and let the fun begin, brother. Okay, thank you so much to Midas Merge for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to click the link in the description to install now for free and scan that QR code, guys. All right, thank you, Midas Merge. Back to the video. Hello, welcome back. Let's talk about Cade, the Tortured Crossing. The movie starts with an establishing shot of Earth, so I guess we know which planet it takes place on. And then we get a title card. And dude, right out of the gate, we're getting some ingenuity, man. Where most filmmakers would put a colon after Cade and also capitalize the first letters of Tortured and Crossing, Neil cannot stop himself from innovating, dude. We then cut to a woman on the phone with the titular character Cade Altair, played by Neil Breen, of course.
Oh, where are you? Are you on your way?
Haven't forgotten about the charity event. I'm running a little late.
And you'll notice right away that this film is definitely Neil Breen's biggest creative endeavor so far. Because unlike his past films that featured scenes filmed in real-life locations with green screen shots peppered in, this entire movie, literally every single scene in this movie was filmed on a green screen, and he utilizes stock photos as the backdrop. But my favorite scenes are the ones where he tries to edit himself into stock video, like this next scene, for example. I'm guessing he saw that stock footage clip somewhere and was like, yeah, maybe my character could walk by and like get smoked by that train real quick. Yeah, that's a normal thing that happens. Also, mind you, Cade is canonically a super-powered cyborg with magical powers, yet he's just like aimlessly walking around, completely oblivious to the slowest moving train of all time. It just goes to show you, man, superpowers or not, you gotta look both ways. We then cut to a scene of this homeless person getting kidnapped, and then we see another person get kidnapped from this like dingy, abandoned hospital, and now those kidnapped people are trapped in a van along with some other kidnapped people, I assume. But luckily, Cade is there to save the day.
Please, come on! Help! Help! We're stuck!
I'll help you. I'll follow you wherever they're taking you, and I'll free you.
Instead of Cade using his superpowers to like rip the car door off its hinges, or even just using his regular human being strength to like try to break the window or something, he instead promises to follow them to wherever they're being taken and then rescue them. Makes sense. If someone is like floating down a river about to like fall off a waterfall, you don't want to rescue them while they're floating down the river, right? You just got to be like, yeah, I'll meet you at the bottom. Also super funny how monotone and quiet Cade was being when he was talking to those people. They're screaming inside of the car and he's out there just like,
I'll help you. I'll follow you wherever they're taking you, and I'll free you.
But thankfully, Cade is a man of his word. He follows the van and he sets them free.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Worst kidnappers ever, man. Sorry to critique kidnapping. I've never done it. Lord knows I've tried. But you're gonna fucking steal these people and just leave them unattended? Yeah, I got you. And you're not going anywhere. The only shot at survival you have is if a random guy in a leather jacket walks in here and says,
get out of here,
a few times in a row. But that'll never happen. All right, so now we got the first action sequence of the film. And guys, it starts off with a bang.
Damn, we need to make this an even fight.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, yeah, okay. All right. Several things. So I guess Cade has the ability to duplicate himself. I guess that's what he's doing right here. I don't know how much it's really doing because he clearly only knows how to do one move. It's just like one slow punch and then like a half kick punch. You know, duplicating yourself, that's a pretty cool superpower, right? Very useful in a fight, I assume. Except for the fact that he can't land a single punch on these people because I can't hear any punch sound effects. I guess they aren't either. I guess they're both kind of just... And it's frustrating that there are no punch sound effects because I know Neil knows how to edit in a punch sound effect, right? I already heard one when he got hit by that train. But anyways, the fight scene goes on for a fucking really long time. And finally, at the end of it all, Cade stands there, confused, standing above all their dead bodies. Cade then makes the dramatic textbook Neil Breen getaway, escaping just in the nick of time as the building explodes. And in the wake of the explosion, we meet some cops that will play a bigger part later on in the story.
Who was that guy?
Now that all those innocent people were rescued, Neil can finally make his way to the charity fundraiser.
I'm on my way. I'm running late.
And we get to watch this nice scene of him driving this red Ferrari to the charity event. Jesus, dude, slow down. Jeez, dude, speed up. All right, so this is actually where we find out the main plot of this film. So Cade gives this nice speech to everybody at the charity event. And in this speech, he tells everybody that he has donated millions of dollars of his own money to a local, like, failing mental hospital so they can rebuild it and save all the patients' lives.
I haven't even seen the hospital building yet. I think it's a worthy project to take on for the sake of the patients.
Yeah, and this speech goes on for a very, very long time. Cade says a bunch of generic stuff about the patients and doing good for the community.
They are. They're our humanity. They're emotional, they're physical. We will make them. They are. It's all about them having their We'll never let them down.
And in between this rambling is the same shot over and over again of this woman clapping.
Hold them back. And love.
Cade finally ends his speech and receives a standing ovation as he gracefully walks down the stairs. And you know what I gotta say? Neil's use of green screen has greatly improved since his last film. This man purchased a green staircase and never looked back because he utilizes stairs so much in this film and I love it. It just makes everything that much more believable. But think about how much more believable it would have looked if it's with some extra money from old Kurt. All right, now we get a little more exposition, okay? This is a point where we meet all of the secondary characters. And again, most movies will let the viewer figure out on their own who these characters are. You know, based on what they do and how they interact with each other. But when others zig, Neil zags. So this is how we find out who all the characters are.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the police chief around here.
Hi, I'm Dr. Megan Burns. I'm actually the director of the hospital here that's bringing me down.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Dr. Megan Kurtz. I'm the co-director of the hospital.
Hi, I'm Andrew with Child Protective Services.
How you doing? Detective Lee here with Child Trafficking Protective Services.
Perfect. Now we know.
I will make sure they live their lives to the fullest.
Sorry, he was still giving his speech in a different room now.
I haven't even seen the hospital yet, but I was happy to give them the money.
As Cade has said repeatedly, he's never actually seen the hospital, but he is donating millions of dollars of his own money to it.
I haven't even seen the hospital building yet. I haven't even seen the hospital yet.
But fortunately for us, we get to see the mental hospital before Cade does. So let's see what it's like. Can't be that bad. Holy fuck. I don't think that's a hospital, dude. I think that's an abandoned, haunted building. What the fuck? Dude, fucking Jigsaw would look at this video and be like,
nah, bro, that's too dirty.
Who are these fucking doctors working there, too? Like, wouldn't you want to, like, report this to somebody? I feel bad for them, man. I feel like being a doctor is hard enough, man. You shouldn't have to worry about, like, ghouls and goblins at the hospital, too. It is really funny to picture these doctors, like, talking to regular doctors in the real world. I know, it's a hard job. I had to do a triple bypass surgery today. It took 6 hours. I didn't even have time for lunch. Oh my god, I know. It's so stressful, right? And the demons. Like, hello? This is not your plane of existence. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? What? Demons? Yeah, you know the demons. The demons at the hospital, they sometimes show up and they, like, prey on the vulnerable and the weak, and they suck them dry until the very last moment. Oh. Health insurance representative. Sorry to interrupt, but you guys gotta get down to the Nintendo store quick. They're giving out free Luigi. But even though this hospital is in shambles, they still find the time to organize field trips for the patients, which is really nice.
Get ready, we're going on a field trip.
And I don't know if this is due to a lack of actors, but you'll notice that these mental hospital patients are the same people who were kidnapped and also just rescued by Cade. So I guess they got kidnapped right after and brought here.
Hey, get those things out of my SUV. Get them out. This one too.
Why can't they have crutches in the SUV? Also, who calls their SUV an SUV? It's called a car. So many questions here, but isn't this a mental hospital? I've never been. Does everyone in a mental hospital just have a broken leg at all times? Actually, I feel like that's probably something they would have done in like the 60s. Sorry, you're hearing voices in your head? Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and break your leg, so you'll be focused on that instead. But yeah, this next scene it's a little confusing for a few reasons. They start driving for their field trip, and the driver immediately starts drinking some beers, which is very funny because I assume the reason the driver threw the crutches out of the SUV was because they're dangerous and could cause an accident. So him immediately drinking a beer after making a fuss about that, super funny.
What the hell are you doing? Put that away.
And also, another question, where is she supposed to be sitting in this shot? She's on the floor in the back seat? What the fuck's going on?
Be careful, you fool.
Everybody is doing everything wrong in this car, and shockingly, they get into an accident. All right, so everybody survived except for the driver, I guess. I mean, he's nowhere to be found. So I can only assume his body exploded and disintegrated upon impact. And obviously, everybody's freaking out. They don't know what to do.
What the hell are we going to do?
They realize they don't have any cell phone service, so they decide to start walking to find some help. Remarkably, because, I mean, before the accident, everybody needed crutches to walk, but then they all get in an accident and everybody walks just fine. So it's a drunk driving miracle. We then cut to Cade aimlessly walking through an open field when he encounters every hiker's worst nightmare. A tiger. Man, Cade has got to be the most nonchalant dude in the world. Imagine walking through a field and a white tiger charges at you and your reaction is just... But guys, what happens next is jaw-dropping. This CG tiger is reacting better to the punches than actual human beings. This fight scene goes on, again, for a very long time, but I have to admit, this is probably the best Neil Breen fight scene of all time. I honestly think the majority of the film's budget went to this fight scene. And I love that, dude. You're telling me we got a custom 3D animated tiger fight in a Neil Breen film? Before GTA 6? What a time to be alive, man. But let's see who wins the fight.
Stop. Get down. Let's go.
They were homies the whole time. But yeah, pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that with a tiger. I didn't know you could just squash beef like that. If only it was Siegfried and Roy and also Cade. Probably could have avoided some injury there. It's a good lesson though, man. If you're ever getting mauled by a tiger, you can just talk it out.
Okay, I've got a gut feeling you're upset with me. Okay, that was my kidney, but I guess that's why I have two of them. Listen, tiger, if you got something to say, I'm all ears. Ah! Guess I kind of walked into that one. Ah! All right, that's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Eat a huge dick. Kick me while I'm down. Ah!
So Cade is walking with this white tiger, and they spot the mental hospital patients. So the tiger turns into a woman, blows him a kiss, and disappears. You know, just classic tiger shit. And Cade tells the mental hospital people that he has a house nearby and he offers for them to stay there for the night.
I've got a home over the mountain. You're welcome to stay there.
But obviously they're a little skeptical.
We don't know anything about you.
Which is a little confusing coming from her because both of them were literally just at the same fundraiser for that hospital that they came from.
Excellent work, Cade. We're all proud of you. We back you 100%. I don't trust this.
But anyways, they all agree to go stay at Cade's house for the night.
We need to stick together.
Yeah, brushed over that entirely too quickly. We need to stick together, or else the man in jeans will grab your arm and scream. They finally make it to Cade's house after a painfully long walk. And Cade obviously lives in a fucking castle, and all the patients have very normal reactions to it.
I love this place.
I just can't wait to get in there.
What a trip.
Careful. Holy shit. It's a castle.
I wonder if it's haunted. We're going to a castle.
And once they get into the castle, oh man, Cade turns on the charm, and he is the most welcoming host of all time.
This is amazing. This is awesome.
It's huge. Whoa.
You all look like a big happy family.
Hey, damn, Buddy on the ground cannot believe his eyes, dude. Holy fuck. I thought castles were made up, man. What the fuck?
Holy shit. It's a castle.
We then get a nice little flashback from Cade talking about his twin brother.
I haven't seen him for years.
And then everybody goes to sleep on the ground.
We're all just gonna stay right here on the carpet tonight.
Fucking big ass castle with 1,000,000 rooms, but everyone's like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna thug it out on the ground.
Holy shit. It's a castle.
I am a little confused though, because the only reason they walked away from their drunk driving accident is because they didn't have cell phone service.
There's no damn cell phone service here.
But like, surely you have cell phone service now at his house, right? This man is like a tech millionaire. He's gotta have like internet, some way to call the police or something, right? Call an ambulance. All of you guys were just in a drunk driving accident and the driver exploded. What kind of fucking nurses are you?
You get back down here. You get back down here right now, girl.
Yo, she's crazy.
Come back down now.
Get down from there, girl. Come on. You can't take her anywhere, man. But again, we're using those stairs, dude. Love to see it. And I know the plot has been pretty awesome and crazy so far, but it's about to get even crazier. One of the patients wakes up in the middle of the night and ends up getting chased by Cade's evil twin brother, Cale. That's right, guys. Cade's evil AI cyborg twin brother, Cale, has returned. And he is extra evil this time around. Yeah, man, he's out here grabbing limbs, man. He's not really doing anything else to you, but, you know, still not ideal. Dude, I don't want Cale appearing out of thin air. Unless we're talking about a salad. But we're not. This is a movie. So in the middle of the night, while Cale is running around his brother's house and grabbing limbs, Cade leaves his castle because he has some business to attend to.
I've got a crashed SUV to repair.
Yeah. So Cade walks all the way back to where they crashed their SUV, and he uses his superpowers to fix this destroyed SUV. Cade, you're the best superhero ever. I gotta say though, Cade's superpowers are like never really explained. He can duplicate himself. I guess he can manipulate matter. He has super strength. He has like every superpower, I think. It's kind of like when you find out all those things Superman can do and you're like, all right, man, enough. That's actually like not fair. Did you know that Superman can wipe people's memories with a kiss? That's a real thing he can do. I might need to make out with Superman after watching this movie, dude. But thanks to Cade's superpowers, the patients can go back to the mental hospital.
Go now. Be safe.
I don't know why they want to, though, considering the building is, like, dilapidated and filthy and falling apart. Like, you gotta be fucking crazy to want to go back there.
Be strong.
And I love this scene a lot because all the patients are in the SUV, like, pressing their hands against the window, you know, saying goodbye to Cade, right? And also thanking him. And first off, this nurse can't fucking believe it. And secondly, on the close-up shot, it's really funny because I guess they couldn't have the windows like rolled all the way up because then you'd be able to see the camera and the window's reflection. So to get around this, I guess Neil just had the actors pretend there was a sheet of glass between them, which looks so silly now because they're just they're all just holding their hands up like this. And it's just like, just don't have them do that then. If there's gonna be a reflection when they put their hands on, just don't have them put their hands on. Is that integral to the plot?
Go now. Be safe.
Okay, so we're now a half hour into the film, and Cade finally shows up to the hospital for the first time. By the way, this is the hospital he is donating millions of dollars of his own money to. And the place is a shithole, so obviously he's a little upset.
What the hell's going on here?
We're doing the best we can. We're trying.
That's not good enough.
And look, I totally understand him being a little upset that, you know, the money that he donated isn't really being used to fix the hospital, right? But also, at the same time, Cade, you have every superpower ever. I just watched you put a destroyed SUV back together. Why not just do that with the hospital? It's free. Or maybe that power is exclusive to SUV repair. I don't know. If that's the case, fucking duplicate yourself like you did earlier and have all those Cades lend a hand to like clean up the hospital. Like there's things you can do, man. This is like the equivalent of Bruce Wayne having like billions of dollars. And instead of donating that money to organizations that will like actually stop crime and poverty, he's just like, what if I'm an awesome bat instead? And I can break a guy's spine in half for selling a dime bag of weed. But anyways, the scene immediately after that one features the girl from before getting her arm grabbed by the arm grabber. And then we get probably my favorite scene in the whole movie.
It's a castle.
Let him cook, dude. Whoever passes me the aux in the Uber this summer, this is what I'm throwing on. Last year was a brat summer, okay? But I'm calling it. This summer, we're getting a fucking haunted mental hospital bathroom piano solo summer, dude. Cade spends the next few minutes walking around the hospital, getting absolutely disgusted by what he sees. And you know what? I don't blame him.
This is disgusting.
Man, you're not really helping. Now, guys, I know you may have some questions regarding the plot, but this is when the movie really starts to put some pieces together. So at the hospital, there's this, like, evil doctor conducting some kind of experiment on one of the patients, and it's not going the way it's supposed to.
Gene editing experiment is all wrong.
And then Neil does something really interesting here. Usually in films, they'll show you things that are happening, and then you, as a viewer, get to sort of figure things out on your own. That sounds fun, right? Wrong. I think it's much better when the character flat out addresses the camera and just outright explains everything they're doing and why.
I assist in the kidnapping of the youth to become experimental patients at the hospital. My payment for this is access to the gene editing drugs for my use.
So now we know. The hooded figure that keeps grabbing people's arms is Cale. He's the arm grabber. So he's kidnapping people, bringing them to this mental hospital. Or some of them, and when they're there, they get kidnapped again. And then they get experimented on. And if that's the case, why did the patients want to go back to the mental hospital? Like, why are they excited to go back, right? They're all kidnapped. Okay. But regardless, whatever. Once the people are at the hospital, then Cale kidnaps them again and moves them to a different part of the hospital. So I don't know if that's kidnapping. It's sort of just like non-consensually moving someone. I guess that is that's another way of kidnapping, I guess. And since Cale is doing this, he has access to the hospital's experimental gene editing drugs to cure himself of his sickness.
Hoping that they will cure me.
I also don't think he needs gene editing. They fit just fine. Yeah, this next part is also confusing because we see this guy, none of them have names really, but we'll call him the tall guy. So this tall guy's arm, it gets grabbed by Cale, but it's a little confusing because we saw him at the castle, right? And then we saw him at the hospital. So I don't know if this is a flashback when he got brought to the hospital or if he was kidnapped once released, and then kidnapped again. Like, I don't know if this is a second kidnapping. I don't know.
Not again!
Yeah. All right, never mind.
Not again!
This is, in fact, the second time he's been kidnapped by Kale. Jesus Christ.
Never put a single thought of weakness into the flourishing mind of the patients.
What the hell are you talking about?
Cade, do something. Anything. You're a super-powered robot. And all you do the entire movie is aimlessly walk around this fucking haunted hospital, just saying a bunch of bullshit. Do something. Like, is he a fucking patient here? He must be. His superpowers and his evil twin brother, they have to be hallucinations. I'm convinced. This is Shutter Island, dude. Shitter Island. Anyways, we get a few more minutes of some random shit happening at the hospital.
Please don't let them hurt me anymore.
Holy shit! It's a castle!
And oh, guys, I haven't really touched on the acting yet, which is surprising. And I don't want to say it's bad. I really don't.
Get the hell out of here!
But I will say the actors definitely made some interesting choices, especially in this next scene.
Oh my God!
Amazing. No notes. That is definitely how human beings react when they see something terrifying. If you're confused about the Kale storyline here, don't fret, because in this next scene we get some more exposition as to why Kale needs access to this gene editing medicine.
The artificial intelligence implants that were experimentally performed on us as children are failing on me, but seem to be working on Cade.
And while Kale is having an existential crisis, we cut to yet another shot of Cade just meandering around the hospital grounds, but this time he walks into hell, I think.
The only way of finding the limits of the possible is by going beyond that. We can make a difference with their kind.
All right, yeah, I do love that no matter what is happening in a scene, Neil always has the exact same lifeless expression. I guess it was kind of smart to make himself a robot in these films, because now the lack of emotion kind of makes sense. But I swear to God, his character could be watching an orphanage burn to the ground, and he'd still just be like... When I enter the nonchalant contest and my opponent is Neil Breen. We then get some more pointless scenes with the police officers.
I got new information on the kidnapping of those patients.
And then we get this hilarious line from one of the nurses.
I've built a thriving business here, and I won't let anyone disturb it or spoil it for me.
If that hospital is a thriving business to you, I would hate to see a failing one. But then, by some miracle, the police officers show up to the mental hospital.
I can't believe patients live here. This place scares the hell out of me.
I could never live here.
Fucking Jesus, man. Worst cops ever.
I could never live here.
Yeah, man. It's not like they want to live there. They were kidnapped. You're also there to, like, rescue the people who are forced to live there, dude. What the fuck? Imagine a cop walking into an active crime scene and recreating that goofy meme. We then get another shot of a guy getting his arm grabbed by Kale, and then Cade confronts the blonde nurse.
What do you know about the patient trafficking that's going on here? What do you know about the gene editing research?
Okay, I fully thought Cade had, like, no idea about what was happening. Because, like, all he's done for the past few days is just, like, haphazardly, like, just roam around and just say pointless shit, you know? Like, but I guess he's aware that there's, like, evil experiments happening on these people. He knows all of it is happening, and yet he's still donating the money, and he's still not doing anything about it. Cool.
You must know something.
Oh, buddy. I don't even think that lady knows where she is at the moment. Oh, yeah. Also, every 5 minutes in this movie, we get some shots of Kale walking around the hospital, just like straight up injecting like bloody needles into himself. And when he's not doing that, he's collapsing on the ground.
Who am I? What am I?
And I'm no doctor, but I feel like those two things are probably connected. Sorry, this movie like jumps around a lot, so it's tough to really know like how much time has passed. But in this next scene, Cade is at a different charity event with this blonde nurse, and he has his arm around her, so I guess they're dating now.
We're doing the best we can. Corporate is in charge of the work and the money.
That's not good enough. It's my damn money.
And I'm sorry if I'm beating a dead horse here, but do something, Cade. Beat a dead horse if you have to. That's something. That's more than what you're doing. You're both complaining about the safety and well-being of these patients while you're both at like this fancy party together. Assholes. Fucking assholes, dude. But at this gala, we get some very funny dialogue between the characters where they state their occupation before they say anything.
As an officer of the law.
As a member of the corporation.
As the director of the hospital.
As a police officer.
Also, dude, I just realized this. What the fuck did the cops do at the mental hospital? What did they even do there? They showed up and they were like, ew, this place is fucking gross. And then they dipped. What the fuck?
Police, get your hands up!
Oh, ew. Ew, this place is stinky. Let's get out of here, guys. I'm in the NYPD, not the NYPU. And guys, trust me, I know nothing really makes sense in this film, but that's why it's awesome, okay? And it's about to get even more awesome. We now cut to a courtroom scene where all the mental health patients are the jury, I guess? But the trial is also about, like, the well-being of the patient, so I don't know if that's allowed. I feel like that's a pretty big conflict of interest.
The patients deserve the best that we can
judge? Hold on.
They deserve every opportunity to succeed. And this law will do just that.
Okay, great. They passed a law that will help rescue these patients from that terrible mental hospital. Movie over, right? Wrong again. Right after that scene, all the patients are right back at the mental hospital, dude. I don't think a law was passed at all. I'm honestly surprised the fucking real judge didn't walk into that courtroom and was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Get out of here.
I really don't know where they're taking them, but I think it may be near the hospital or in the hospital.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, next we get yet another scene of the tall guy getting kidnapped. And look, man, I don't want to victim blame here, but how the hell are you gonna get kidnapped 3 times, dude? Yeah, it's a little crazy, you know? Kidnap me once, shame on you. Kidnap me twice, shame on me. Kidnap me 3 times? Come on, you know you want it. Maybe they keep bringing the tall guy back because they think it says Mental Hospital. So dumb.
The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to become.
Man, imagine you got kidnapped and locked up in an abandoned mental hospital. Every day people do experimental surgeries on you. There's a guy making weird music on a keyboard. You also just got into a drunk driving accident and probably have untreated injuries from that. You stay the night in this stranger's castle and then you're brought to a courtroom by that stranger who gets your hopes up about a rescue only to immediately bring you right back to that same abandoned mental hospital. And while all of this awful shit is happening to you, there's a guy in a leather jacket walking around the mental hospital like, you know I'm a rich robot, right? That would drive me fucking crazy, man. I'd be like, help us! What are you doing?
Good night, sweet princess.
Okay.
And princesses.
Good save. Oh my god, I forgot about this part. Holy fuck. Okay. Guys, I will say, when this part happened in theaters, people went fucking wild. It was so much fun. Yeah. For no reason whatsoever, all the patients in the mental hospital break out into this choreographed dance routine. Is this what the gene editing is doing? Making everybody fucking sick at dancing? Billie Jean editing? Also, the fucking 2 nurses are there wearing wigs. I assume they didn't have enough actors for this big dance number. So I guess they had the actors who play the nurses just throw on some wigs to like be the other patients. And it's like, again, why? Nah, the random choreographed dance outside the abandoned mental hospital isn't really believable with only 4 people. You two, get in there. I'm not gonna lie though, they are fucking it up. They fuck it up so hard that they all summon spectral doppelgangers that dance beside them. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever dance that well. If they ever make it out of the hospital, they have a big future. They should go on that show. What's it called? So You Think You Can Summon Otherworldly Beings? After all the patients happily dance their troubles away for 2 uninterrupted minutes, we get another lengthy shot of Kale injecting more blood into his veins and falling all over the place. Shots of the patients freaking out, and the blonde nurse finds out the blonde patient has been killed.
What did they do to you?
Just overall, everything is sad and scary in the hospital right now. And where is our kind-hearted, super-powered protagonist during all of this? He's out in the forest canoodling with the blonde nurse.
I need you.
Bro. Can we talk about the political and economic state of that mental hospital right now, man? People are dying, Cade. And you're spending your time hugging this incompetent nurse, walking a few steps, hugging her again, getting down on your knees, and hugging her again. Now's not the time to get laid, Cade. There's people in there in straitjackets. you're in the forest straight jacket. It is a little difficult to care about this romance at this point of the film, but hey, it's a Neil Breen movie. He's got to hug and kiss the girl. But I hate to say it, we're almost at the end of this movie, okay? We cut to a shot of Kale with a bloodied face as he explains what's happening to him.
My AI systems are failing me, and my physical disintegration is proceeding.
All right, thank you for telling us. Now we cut back to Cade. Thankfully, he stopped making out with that girl. And guys, you're not going to believe it, but Cade is finally going to do something to rescue the patients. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think A, use his superpowers to repair the hospital? B, use his superpowers to kill the evil doctors? C, use his superpowers to help the victims escape? Or D, use his superpowers to just save his twin brother? What do you think? The answer is actually a secret fifth option. Cade decides to train the patients in hand-to-hand combat.
Very good, very good. Excellent, excellent work. Very nice fighting technique. That's the way to practice.
Cade, you're a bad guy. These are kidnapping victims. And you're there teaching them karate? I'm sorry, man, if you're not actively trying to free them or take down whoever kidnapped them, you're part of the problem, dude.
Use everything I've taught you.
You haven't taught them anything, man. You've been aimlessly walking around this hospital and mumbling to yourself for days, dude.
Eventually, a society of brave hearts will rise.
Later on that night, we see Cade back in the patient's room, and he gives them a little pep talk.
They are coming for you, my warriors. This is what I've been preparing you for.
Super funny they called them my warriors after talking to them for just one afternoon. Regardless, it is now time for the big climax of the movie. After all the no training from Cade, the patients now have the power and courage to stand up to their oppressors.
You're done!
The tall guy strangles the evil doctor to death, and the evil corporation is destroyed.
The gene editing experiment is going well. Patients are money.
Oh my god. Okay, fuck. Sorry, that genuinely scares me every time. Also, did Cade make them explode? Is that another one of his superpowers? He can just make things explode wherever? So he doesn't use his superpowers to save the kidnapping victims, but he'll use it for terrorism. Yes! Nice. We now cut back to the mental hospital where Cade is now fighting some masked bad guys. I also don't know if I'd use the word fighting because he's kind of just like standing there while the bad guys just miss every single punch and kick that they throw. And then we get a nice recycled scene from earlier in the film.
Damn, we need to make this an even fight.
I'll tell you though, this next scene is not recycled though. This is a brand new one.
I am the Winged Warrior.
Okay, I'm fully convinced this is all just a shared psychosis that all of these people are experiencing. I am a winged warrior. This fight scene where nobody lands a single punch goes on for a very long time, and I think the sequence truly shows the genius of Neil Breen. In every acting class I've ever been in, when they teach you like stage fighting, you know, they tell you to like position your body in a way so when you throw the punch, the audience doesn't see the fist actually isn't hitting anything, right? But to the audience, it looks like the fist is hitting the person, right? But again, Neil Breen is like, fuck that shit. That's been done before, right? Let's go full profile shot. So you know there isn't a single punch connecting, okay? And let's take it one step further. No sound effects. Everybody knows movies are only allowed one punch sound effect, and I already used that up when I got hit by that train. But after an incredibly lengthy fight scene, like a really long fight scene, the only person left standing is Cade. Everybody is dead now. I guess that single afternoon of training wasn't enough. Hey man, their blood is on your hands.
Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality that guarantees all others.
Okay. Holy fuck, that was a long silence there, dude. You think Neil was planning for like an Andrew Garfield and No Way Home type moment? You know that scene when Andrew Garfield jumps out of the portal and he's just like, okay. because they knew that the crowd was going to be going fucking crazy, right? Maybe that's what he was expecting. And that clip of Andrew Garfield is awkward to watch, and it's like 4 seconds long, maybe. This was like 30 seconds. Didn't you think people were going to be freaking out for 30 seconds at that line?
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
Courage is the first of human qualities. Because it is the quality that guarantees all others.
So finally, a glimmer of hope, okay? The cops are on their way. I mean, for a second time, I guess. I forgot they're already there. But they do something this time, I hope.
What is that? They're wings from a winged warrior.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, if I were those cops, I'd fucking leave too, dude. They're wings from a winged warrior. All right, yeah, this guy's insane.
Kale, where have you been? I knew you were here. I could feel your presence. I'm so ashamed. Kate, I'm so ashamed. Look what's happened to me.
Wow. Heartbreaking performance. This really is the year of actors playing multiple versions of themselves, you know? And it's impressive how he changes his performance, you know, when he's Cade versus when he's Kale. Like I said earlier, man, superpowers or not, you gotta look both ways. But guys, this is the final showdown between these twins, and I think they're gonna figure it out. I think they can talk this through, and I think they'll make it through together.
Kill me! Kill me, Kate! Kill me!
Or, yeah, he could summon a sword and stab his twin brother through the neck. That works too. And again, could have summoned that sword fucking days ago and killed that evil doctor, but no. Had to teach karate and hug a girl. You know what? I think the movie could end here, but obviously, it does not. Huh? Okay, so you could use your powers to change the hospital. There's the confirmation right there, dude. But the only thing you do is change the name of it? Asshole. Okay, yeah, and also I guess the patients didn't die. From what I'm gathering, I think the patients have somehow progressed into like the next stage of human evolution. That's what one afternoon of training did with Cade.
You are now my warriors, caretakers of justice.
These are my new Avengers. We then cut to some of the patients doing an impression of my car keys before I go drinking.
Don't forget us!
And then we get an emotional goodbye from Cade.
I've got to go. I'll be right here.
That's just a line from E.T. Funnily enough, it's also how the prequel to this film, Twisted Pair, ends.
I'll be right here.
But in this emotional moment, Cade walks away and leaves everybody behind.
Dave will never forget us.
Okay, not yet, sorry.
I will never leave you.
The fuck? Then why'd you say goodbye? Okay.
I've got to go. I will never leave you.
Damn, dude, really kept me on my toes there. More movies gotta do that, man. Make you think one thing and then immediately abandon that idea. What's in the fucking box? Your wife's head. No, you're lying. You're a liar. There's no way. You're lying. Yeah, you got me. I am. Sorry. Oh. Okay, so what's in the box? Dang, I forget, actually. Can you check? Okay, well, it can't be that bad. What is it? It's your wife's head. So no head? I gotta take you to jail. No, I hate jail. Hollywood, take notes, man. Start putting that shit in your movies. But anyways, the movie ends with Cade and the nurse walking off into the forest as the credits roll. Made in the USA. Nice, man. These are the movies we can look forward to if Trump actually goes through with those fucking movie tariffs, too. That's sweet. So there you have it, man. That was Cade the Tortured Crossing. Sorry this video is so long, but there's just so many things to address, and I left out a lot also. So like I said, please go watch this full movie. It is so much fun. Honestly, it was a blast when I saw it in theaters. It's a blast when I watch it on digital. Jury's still out if it's a blast to watch on DVD, because I never received mine, but I assume it's probably the same as digital. Neil took a big chance filming an entire movie on a green screen. That is not only a lot of work during the post-production process, but it's also a huge undertaking during the pre-production, like finding all of the photos and stuff, because like there are scenes where he's like specifically like ducking under stuff. Like everything was planned very meticulously. And you know, you can't forget about all the stairs. So you can tell there's a lot of work that went in. I think that's great. And at the very core of this film, there is a really cool idea there. But just some aspects of it made it just a little frustrating. Like the fact that we still don't know what happened to that drunk driver. You know, what the gene editing surgeries were actually for, or the fact that Cade is essentially Superman. He has like every superpower ever, yet he doesn't do anything at all to actually like save the people who need his help. But like I've always said, every movie is good, and this one is no exception, because this film, funnily enough, actually taught me a lot. This movie is about a super-powered cyborg who spends most of his time aimlessly and disappointedly walking the halls of this abandoned hospital that he personally donated millions of dollars of his own money towards. And he is constantly upset by the fact that his money isn't being utilized the way he intended it to be utilized. And that really struck a chord for me, you know? Because like I said at the beginning of this video, years ago, I genuinely tried to give money to Neil to help fund this movie. This movie, a movie about when you give large amounts of your own money to someone embarking on a business venture, you never really know how they're going to use it. And they often don't use the money the way that you would probably use that money. So in a roundabout way, me not being able to donate money to this movie taught me that it was probably a good thing that I was unable to donate money to this movie. This probably would have been me the whole time if I was able to actually fund this movie.
This is my money. What the hell's going on?
Regardless, Cade the Tortured Crossing gets a 9 out of 10 from me. I'll bump it up to a 10 when I get the DVD. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, if you did, please press a like button, because believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 tiger that I will square up with. Okay, I promise. Leave a comment, let me know your thought, and let me know if you actually buy and watch this movie, okay? Because I can't stress it enough. You guys have to watch the full thing. It is fucking awesome. Press the subscribe button if you want, because the second you do, you become a valued citizen of Kurtistown. If you didn't know, Kurtistown is the best place to live in the world, and I'm the mayor. So you have to be nice to me. It's the law. Come see me on tour. I'm doing a bunch more shows in the US. These are the last shows in the US on the Goodfellow World Tour, okay? So this is your last chance to see me in the States, okay? Come on out. It's gonna be a good time. All right, that's it. I would stick around, but unfortunately, I have to go. There's a very slow train about to hit me. See ya.